Right, here we go. All right. AC is in the chat already. A green heart once again from Rookie. I hope you guys are ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh shit. Here we go.
I'm Alex Jones, your host. Docs and ding-dongs flopping around. Docs and ding-dongs flopping around. The moon is made of cheese. And tell your kids that they should be a tranny for career day. Docs and ding-dongs flopping around. Docs and ding-dongs flopping around. Excuse me, it's ma'am. It's ma'am. It's ma'am. It's ma'am. I'm Alex Jones, your host. Docs and ding-dongs flopping around. Docs and ding-dongs flopping around. Docs and ding-dongs flopping around.
All right, everybody, how's it going? Let me make sure that I got everything up here on the screen. I just read this right now. 5 Clark County commissioners accepted educational tickets worth $11,000 to attend November's Formula One race. Yeah, I used to work for the county. Unbelievably corrupt bastards. Unbelievably corrupt. Doesn't even surprise me. All right. God damn, there's just so much to go over. Where's my camera hub? Hold up. Camera hub. Why are you failing me? Okay, here we go. Yay! Oh, by the way, before I begin, AC, thank you so much for the donation and for contributing to the show. I sincerely appreciate it. I don't, out of respect, I don't check the phone when I'm doing this. So, but before I went to bed, I got a notification on my phone and I'm just like, whoa. So to that, I say thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody who supports the show, I sincerely appreciate it. But yeah, I got to do the intro. I got to do the bit. You know how it is. All right, so greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here once again for the 83rd episode of the watchfrogs. I appreciate every single one of you joining as always. Now, before we begin, please be aware I'm streaming on dlive, Trovo, Kick, Facebook, Rumble, X, formerly known as Twitter, Twitch.tv, and YouTube. For those who enjoy or prefer the audio-only experience of the show, you can head over to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else where podcasts exist. Of course, links are always in the description. There are also a handful of other ways to support the show and to keep me independent. Feel free to head over to my Subscribe Star, my locals page, or toss me a generous donation in the Cash App. I'll always greatly appreciate it. All right, so we got quite a bit to talk about tonight. Let me get this off the screen. I don't want to spend too much time on New Hampshire. I predicted that we would get over, or President Trump would get over, or about 55% of the vote. It does appear that we are, that we're about there. We're about there right now. Well, no, that's not it. Yeah, so he won. We're at 55. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah. Oh man, he fucking did it. The orange man did it, guys. Will we get to 60? Will we get to over 55%? All right, so first off, we are for sure 100% going to make it over 55%, which is what I predicted. This is fantastic news. We might even see President Trump make it to 60%, a clean 60%. Again, this is historic. Again, I don't really know or understand New Hampshire, their political machines that well. I don't know how well their elections are ran. It appears that very little shenanigans was afoot. President Trump ended up winning the race within, I think, less than 30 minutes. I think I saw 11 minutes somewhere. He ran away with it. He's running away with it right now. We're at a 75% reporting in, and we'll get into. Okay, so here's what I see. the obvious reasons why he would go over 55% or even make it to 60, a multitude of reasons. One of them, Nikki Haley had two major gaffes. She was asked a question about the Civil War, what caused it? Very simple question, super simple to answer if you're a politician. She got it wrong. She completely bungled it. It's a career. In the past, it would have been a career-ending move, but we're in the era of Trump, and the rules don't really matter anymore. And another issue was she is a filthy 304. She belongs to the streets, but she works in government. Disgusting. And people don't like that. People don't like what they see. Nikki Haley is also unbearably boring. She has no charisma. You know, she's got no personality of her own. If the only people that get to pull out whatever personality she has are the men that she sleeps with and cheats on her husband with while he's deployed fighting for Iraqi freedom or whatever the case may be, fighting for Israel, wearing the uniform and taking that oath. And she's taking zinc shots to the face, if you know what I mean. People don't like that. So, again, this is supposed to be a lot closer. I was made to believe that it was supposed to be a lot closer. I didn't see that given the poll. Also, the strategy of bringing out these Democrats to come out and support her and to make it look like this contest was competitive, bullshit. It didn't work in Iowa, thank God, and it didn't appear to work here. He embarrassed Governor Sununu, woke Republican Democrat. Democrat. Jesus, that was a nice slip. Woke Republican governor. Just got TDS. Going through a midlife crisis. Who knows? He probably got a blowjob from Nikki Haley, in my opinion. I'm not, trying to defame anybody or say anything out of line, but he rolled up to some campaign event in like this vintage Mustang, then this boomer car, this boomer rocket. Trying to relive the old glory days of driving around some skank in his car in his dad's Mustang. And it just looks so cheesy. So many mistakes were made. I don't know what's going on. Again, Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis could have hired me as a consultant. Oh, dude, they wouldn't have half of these problems. I don't know who's running these campaigns. I'm not expensive. If someone were to pay me 150 grand, somebody like a Blake Masters, oh, dude, it'd be GG. But no, I don't know who these guys. They get Washington insiders apparently. They get these goofball lobbyists, these rich men north of Richmond, right? Let me read some of these chats. They're coming in really quickly. Okay, I just saw a notification from my phone app thing on here, and I got a generous donation for $2. Whoever gave that, thank you. It came too quickly, so I didn't see it. All right, so. Rookie Greenheart, AC, Early Observant, Froggies Assemble. That's right, guys, smash that like button. I'm always early for the PP intro. Dude, I'm going to make some more intros soon. And I got a new song because I know Rookie doesn't like the other songs because she sucks. Everything is good, thumbs up. I didn't donate in a while. I think it was someone else. Oh, okay. Well, whoever donated, thank you. Whoever you may be. I don't want to say your name. I don't want to dox anybody. I'm very big on privacy. Friedrich Marx writes, perfect time. My other new streamer I watched just finished. Trump ends up with 69%. Oh, let's hope so. Fingers crossed. Zombie bomb. Do you have your lips tattooed pinker? No, absolutely not. Zombie bomb. Yes, I believe all his Cash App donations go towards lip. Okay, the new rumors have just dropped. I wear lip augmentation for my face. His YouTube super chat fund goes to his puppets. I know, right? Well, right behind me, I got Vito's puppet. Oh, dude. We'll get into it. If you would like to see Gio's lips pink or next year, please. Yeah, if you guys want pinker lips, I need more money. Nikki's campaign offered me $150K to stuff ballots. She demanded give BJ's, so I had to reject the offer. Yeah, dude. There's no circumstance, even if I was like a thirsty like simp, would I ever accept any sort of sexual favor from Nikki Haley. Dude, she's got the sex appeal of 9/11. Seriously. Yeah, no, thank you. All right, so enough of New Hampshire. Let's talk shit about some leftist douchebags. Part of it, and I'm gonna explain. I'm not gonna like debunk a lot of this, but there's just something here that caught my attention, and I just have to address it here. I'm gonna speed this up because David Pacman's kind of boring.
David, why are you acting like the economy?
Hold on. Well, that is way too quiet. Well, let me boost this audio for the green skins.
David, why are you acting like the economy is so booming and good?
Because I look at the data. This is not a show about my opinion. My opinion is irrelevant. I'm looking at the data. And that's why I say the economy is good.
The economy is absolute trash.
Oh.
There are no jobs.
Oh, we actually have record low unemployment.
Everything is so freaking expensive.
Inflation was 0 in October, 0.1 in November, and year over year inflation is down to 3.1%.
Interest rates are through the roof.
Interest rates are down 2 points and coming down further.
Kids can't even buy a house.
Well, okay. Kids can't even buy a house. I don't know what age you're thinking of. That part may be true.
What would you be doing if you weren't doing YouTube, man?
I'd probably be working in finance, to be honest. I was all set to go into finance, and then they pulled me into podcasting.
I did everything right, and they indicted me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch the rest of this shit because it kind of sucks. But dude, this is one of my main problems with these goofball leftists, with these far leftist shitbags. Geo lied. 9/11 has more sex appeal. They got 50 virgins for the task they did from Massage. Oh, Jesus Christ! Disavow. Rookie. Now, Rook can't shut up about the BJs. I'm not getting into that. All right. Stat cell. Yeah, dude. Here's one of my main issues with people like David Pacman, people like Kyle Kulinski, who looks like a feminist lesbian gym teacher, and other goofballs like Destiny. These people have zero real world experience. Well, David Pacman's got like some real world chops, but for the most part, no. He's been broadcasting for a very long time, since before I even owned a microphone like this. These people are just divorced from reality. You go out into the real world. Household goods a lot of people are priced out of them. The interest rates are still insanely high. I don't give a fuck how many points it drops. It is still insanely high. Cope. And yeah, the jobs are gone. Again, this is what Obama did when I graduated high school. As soon as I graduated high school, there were no jobs, good jobs, like career type jobs that pay real money. Bullshit retail jobs that I had. I had two of them. One paid $8.50 an hour. Another one paid $7.15 an hour. So I had two jobs. So on paper, and a lot of people were like me. As soon as they got laid off or they graduated high school or whatever, they're going out into the real world. There were no good jobs. There were hiring freezes everywhere. A lot of my friends, and by the way, I'm going to highlight this stuff later on throughout the show. I had friends who were like, oh yeah, I applied to 50 places and no one's calling me back. I remember like the only reason why I was able to get a decent job as a banker was because I finished the campaign in 2010 and the higher ups, the shot callers in the office that I worked out of, they came out and batted for me. And of course, some of the politicians, they came out and they were my references, and life was Gucci after that. All I had to do was not fuck up my life or burn bridges career-wise, and I would have been set. But had it not been for the people that I worked for, I would be fucked. That situation, that economic situation, exists today. So, I mean, I got friends who work in the casino industry. I got friends who work in business and law. All the good jobs are drying up. I mean, I get email notifications for government jobs, and all the good shit, it's gone. They're all gone. But unless you want like a part-time job or a limited permanent type job, maybe those exist, but not really. Destiny says he knows the real world because 20 years ago he cleaned carpets. Yeah, he could go fuck himself. Let's be also honest here. The Davids are as bad as the Tims, and they are as bad as conservatives and boomers. It's actually nothing but shit pit. Yeah, probably. Yeah, a lot of guys like this will just mislead people. It's like, oh, well, I got the data. Look at all these stats. I can read CNN articles. I can read Wikipedia articles all day. I'm a lot smarter than you. No, you're not. Go out into the real world. You know what? Divorce yourself from all your fucking stats. Go out into the real world pretending to be somebody like myself. And I want to see how long you last, David Pacman. I want to see if you can fucking do it. I bet you can't, because you're not a fucking real man. You're a liar. You're a parasite. And you fucking tell bullshit to idiots for a living. And they got to be called out. Same with Destiny. Same with Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker is like, I want to hate him, but he's so funny because like he was doing the stream about like the Gaza versus Israel people, and he's just like, oh well, as an expert on fucking military missiles, dude, you're a pussy. You would never for a second last. You wouldn't last even a week in the military, let alone doing important shit like, I don't know, understanding what the name of a missile is, or being able to look at a specific weapon, or just whatever, and just know what it is. Like, dude, come on, bro. Like, you're a moron. Jesus. And not only that, he's like a lazy content creator. Like, he goes like takes a shit or masturbates or whatever, like off camera, And dude, I don't know why he's not banned. If I was the CEO of Twitch, I would just ban him for the lulz. Fuck him. Not like they have recourse anyways. All right, so let's move on. I'm gonna leave this AP link up. Let me go ahead and refresh it. Oh no, is he back down to 54%? Hold on, where's my F5 button? All right, so we dropped down 1%, but it will be at 55. It's going slow. It's still 78%. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is still devastating for Nikki Haley, but it's down 1%. Now I'm not so sure about the 60, but definitely going to be over 50. All right, so let's just move on. What else have we got? All right, don't be shocked. So given the results right now, this has been making the rounds on the internet. Don't be shocked if Big Mike Obama sneaks his way into the 2024 race. All right, Biden won't debate. Of course he won't. Can't even speak. Can't or codger in chief, really, can't even read the pre-written script in front of him fast enough to pronounce the words. So forget him, which most of us already have. Coming back now, Obama, not him, him! Exclamation mark. We've heard this drumbeat for a while. Now it's louder. Plans are to grab Big Mike for the Democratic presidency choice. Making the music is Barack the orchestra leader. Okay. This is an oddly written article. Big Mike says he's terrified Trump will win. No casual burp. Okay, I don't give a fuck about any of this. Let's see. Where's the part where they got news? There's credible. Maybe there's like an insider source. I want to hear something. The Obamas are now nudging to force Slow Mo Joe to go. Drop out. It's like, who else is there? Yeah, this is so informally written. Who wrote this shit? Cindy Adams. Of course, it's a woman. Let's see. A Joe flop out offers probability Michelle could wiggle in. Obama's negotiating to make that happen. Newsom's California mismanagement in the looming 70. Okay, so apparently this is happening. Yeah, I would need to see a source. I don't see a source here. Former First Lady Big Mike Obama may be looking to step into the 2024 presidential race, according to Post columnist Cindy Adams. Yeah, but based on what? Because I'm not seeing anything here. This is unsubstantiated. Big Mike has already made it very clear that they're not interested in running for politics in any meaningful way. Also, Big Mike is not a popular person. The more people get to know this individual, the less they like. They have a really sour attitude. They got to stick up their ass about white people. Their resentment, their hostility towards average traditional Americans is pretty well documented at this point. And also the Obamas are really raking in the cash, that Netflix money, making movies. They've gone Hollywood. They've gone full woke. This idea that they're going to be, weaseling their way back into politics, like traditional politics, I'm not buying it. I don't see it. Yeah, cue the urban music. I know, right? I need a Big Mike in the house. White House, more like Black House. I don't know. Yeah, this is not going to happen. All right, we're moving on. Fuck that story. Horribly written. All right, so we got some illegal immigration news. Apparently, this is a thing. So Dave Rubin, this is the state of absolute insanity happening at our airports. I'm in the pre-TSA line where illegal aliens don't have to have an ID to get through security, and it's their choice whether they want their picture taken. Dude, that is insane. So non-U.S. citizen document validation using CPB1 technology. So the TSA is partnering with the CBP to test the use of CBP1 at certain TSA checkpoints to validate adult non-U.S. citizen travel documentation when the traveler does not otherwise have an acceptable form of identification. Notify the TSA officer that you are an illegal alien. The TSA officer will take a photo, optional. Jesus, that's optional. If requested, provide your illegal alien identification number or biographic information. Follow the officer's instructions. Wow. Yeah, this is the absolute state of retardation in the U.S. So what happens when these people end up in your neighborhood? Well, according to this article, NYC neighborhood turned into a giant toilet as migrants litter park with poop. Leave cups of urine on doorsteps. Well, that just sounds like a typical Antifa riot. That sounds like a BLM protest. A lot of poo-poo everywhere, a lot of piss everywhere. I mean, dude, this is what they like to do. They're obsessed with poop and shit and piss and all that stuff. Well, that was redundant. They're obsessed with poop and piss. I don't know why they're like that. Let's see. We got some comments here. Wanted to hate Hassan too, but I actually heard Tim Pool actually lying about Hassan, claiming he was a pro that he was pro-Ukraine when he was pro-Russia. I don't know if he was pro-Russia per se. I think deep down he was just pro-Ukraine just because he's retarded. But if he was pro-Russia, it'd be on accident because, you know, he's just so unbelievably stupid. As an actual comments, I can tell you now, I can rap any stat you give me. Stats are near meaningless. Oh yeah, you don't got to tell me that. Let's see. Not a fan of Michelle, but I love Big Mike. I know, right? Everybody loves Big Mike. Big Mike's got a sense of humor. Leftists, these immigrants are too unruly. I know, right? Yeah, I mean, dude, they brought them into the country. It's like, what do you expect? Migrants outside an East Village intake center have been crappy neighbors. I was going to say neighborhoods. Since November, thousands of adult illegal aliens have waited outside the former St. Brigid's School on East 7th Street and overflow into Tompkins Square Park to score a bed in the city's shelter system after the 30-day and 60-day stay limits have expired. But shit hit the fan in the sidewalks and streets last week when the city parks department yanked a trio of porta potties from the park. The LOS had become so filthy that workers gave up on maintaining them, according to locals. Wow, so maintaining the park was so like onerous on the people that were paid to do that job. They're like, dude, there's just so much shit. Dude, these fat illegal aliens just can't stop shitting and pissing everywhere. You know, we were told that they were fleeing a war. They were fleeing poverty. They were fleeing starvation and famine. But they're also fucking fat and literally full of shit. We can't even maintain these porta potties. There's shit everywhere. I slipped and fell and I got shit like on the half side of my body. There was a cup of what I thought was somebody's discarded hot chocolate that turned out to be not hot chocolate, said street cleaner John Cashvin. Dude, these people are so fucking fat and gross. Their pee doesn't look like pee. It looks like hot chocolate. Disgusting. Ugh. Ugh. On warmer days, it can smell like a toilet over here and not a well-kept toilet. Yeah, dude, that's what their neighborhoods look like too. When they come over here, people are like, oh, they're just like us. The magic dirt theory. They're just like us. Nah, dude, their neighborhoods are fucking shitholes. They live like shit. Literally shit everywhere. Like, what's going on? Dude, I'm all in favor of, like, forcibly. I'm not even kidding. This isn't a premise to a joke. I want to force illegal aliens to live with registered Democrats. Except me, of course. I'm actually going to register as a Republican soon so I can caucus for the Orange Man in early February in the Nevada caucus. We're one of the first states to go. So, yeah, this won't apply to me. But registered Democrats, promoters of open borders, promoters of this global, agenda. Yeah, illegal aliens should be, take a family, take at least 3 or 4 military-aged males to live with you and your kids and, whatever. Just to relieve strain off the system, give the taxpayers a little bit of a break. And let's see how long that tolerance goes on for. I would love to see that. I know I live in Vegas, and I know I grew up a liberal, not far left, but I was a little libtard. And yeah, dude, liberals are pretty fucking racist, man. They say a lot of really racist and offensive shit. They pretend that they're allies. It's one way to kind of make themselves feel superior to others. Is they pretend that's why they're obsessed with race, because they can talk about race and feel superior to like other white people or other Europeans. That's just how they are. They're weird that way. Let's see. What the fuck? You just open a manhole cover and get them to shit in it. Wow, Yanks are slow as fuck. Well, dude, first off, I don't think it works that way in the U.S. And also that's incredibly dangerous. I mean, these illegal aliens, they're not that bright. They might end up falling in the shithole. And then you got to send a team of people down there to save them. I don't think that was pee, LOL. Dude, I don't know, man. They're saying they saw a cup with what looked like pee, or coffee, but it turned out to be, it's probably piss, dude. It's probably like piss and blood. All right. Yeah, so let's see. A not well-kept toilet. Yeah, so these people are living in poopy toilet conditions. Very funny. In the past week, locals and volunteers said they've spotted cups filled with urine around the park's entrance near the former school, along with human-sized poop in tree beds and between parked cars. Most of them want to pee in plastic cups rather than the ground, and they leave them on people's doorsteps, said longtime resident Garrett Rosso, 64, who said he spotted a dozen cups filled with urine. Dude, these people are fucking disgusting. Dude, I'm becoming like real hateful reading this article, you guys. One illegal alien had no problem taking an al fresco whiz on a tree Wednesday afternoon as the Post surveyed the stomach churning scene. It is stomach churning for the Post journalists to watch these military-age males whip out their fat brown cocks and piss all over the place. By the way, dudes end up on the sex offender registry for peeing in public. Like if some guy's like drunk, they're like, oh fuck, I had like too many Bud Lights. I gotta take a fat piss, but I'm not gonna make it to the next bar. And then they pee in some alleyway. And if somebody like fucking bitches about it, they go to jail for a long time. And they get their life completely destroyed. But if you're an illegal alien, you're stunning and brave. The southeastern part of the park was also littered with spilled food in plastic containers. I've cut this part of the park out of my daily walk because of the filth, said neighbor Michael Bartley, 73. So we got a bunch of old boomers, 63, we got 73, just a bunch of old people. There's several thousand people coming to this end of the park with no place to use the bathroom. All right, so we got graffiti in this porta potty, and in big red letters, it says hell. Yeah, this is hell. Absolutely. If they're going to bring them here, the city should have some sanitation people here. He added, cops are here. Big fucking deal. Guardian Angels founder Curtis Sliwa, a former Lower East Side resident, ripped Mayor Adams for welcoming migrants with open arms, only for his administration to funnel them into neighborhoods without providing any clear aid or plans for handling the sudden influx of hundreds or even thousands of illegal aliens. Here's the swagger man with no plan. Everything he does, it is a knee-jerk reaction with no follow-up. Yeah, you morons voted for this dork. And of course, another image of 3 porta potties outdoors in some park, and it's all completely covered in litter. Yeah, dude, this is what the entire country is going to look like. Covered in shit and piss, ghetto graffiti everywhere. No relief in sight. I mean, the Biden regime is inviting these people in. The big cities are advertising themselves as sanctuary cities, and there's just no stopping any of this. What are you doing in the neighborhood to make it easier for them to absorb the illegal aliens? Susan Stetzer, district manager for Community Board 3, said park workers removed the Tompkins porta potties last week because they were being trashed to the point they could not be maintained. The portable bathrooms were installed in Tompkins last year to provide relief while the park's field house is undergoing an 18-month renovation. Yeah, you guys get the point. Jesus Christ, people fucking disgust me. And I remember like on election night, this guy, I'm not gonna say what his name is, but I think he's an illegal alien, or like his family are. I don't really care. And he's like, he calls me up. He calls me on the fucking phone, or he called me on Facebook. I don't remember. And he's crying because at the time Trump literally won the election before the 4 a.m. ballot dumps. He's like, yo, why you hate me, man? Why you hate my people, man? Why you so fucking? I'm like, dude, I don't fucking hate anybody. I got no problems with anybody wherever you are around the world. God bless everybody who watches the show from all around the world. All right. But I'm an American. I want to live in America. I want to eat American. I want to hear Americans. If I go to Japan, I want to see Japanese. If I go to Mexico, I want to see Mexicans. All right. Plain and simple. So we got all these people coming into this country. Most of them don't even apparently know how to use a toilet. They don't know how to conduct themselves in public or in private. And whatever accommodations they get, like these portable bathrooms, they trash them. They tag them. And the people who get paid the big bucks who work for the government to maintain the park, they're literally physically unable to do so because there's just a mountain of shit everywhere. And it just keeps getting trashed. It's pointless. Geo, only citizens get sex crime charges for peeing in public. Yeah, apparently that's the case. Let's see, fall in the shithole. So it solves all the problems then. Yeah, but dude, you can't just have like a bunch of illegal aliens clogging up the sewage system, man. Someone's got to get them out of there. I'm like 26% sure that the sewer tops don't drop directly into the current. Yeah, that's probably it. Nah, Jared, you're tripping. I support more illegals in all lefty shitholes. Well, I don't know about if I support illegals in here in general, but I'm unironically support like the government, state or federal, forcing illegal aliens to live with registered Democrats. I want to hold Democrats to the standards that they advertise to the world. Oh, you're open borders. Oh, you're pro porn for kids. You're pro what is it? No human is illegal. They get to stay with you. They're your problem now. Oh, you don't want Pablo sleeping in the room next to your fucking daughter? Oh, you don't want to leave your wife with Muhammad? Because you're afraid it's going to be his fat cock in your wife while you're at work? Paying for all this shit? Dude, the things that liberals say behind minorities' backs, man. It'll make Jared Taylor blush, that's for sure. A bunch of homeless almost froze last week in the hollow frost. Oh God, flash case. The hollow frost, is that what we're calling? Art mixed with bathroom time, solid waste at its finest. Pero gay, MTMG, I can't read that. Jared, you cannot house soldiers in American houses. Sorry, no illegals or for Democrat. Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah, quartering. I actually made that comment. I said I'm not interested in quartering soldiers of the regime. I mean, because that's what they are. They're going to terrorize us eventually. All right. Well, it's enough poopy stuff. What else we got here? All right. So speaking of racial shit, the shitty woke general Mark Milley. Well, I don't even think he works for the military anymore. But we got a very recent story regarding this exact manner. So the U.S. Army now has. I'm not even going to read this. I'm just going to let the guy speak for himself.
And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white, and I want to understand it. So what is it that caused thousands of people to assault this building and try to overturn the...
Oh, no, this is an old clip. I thought he was going to say something about the decline of U.S. soldiers. All right, so long story short, white rage, Mark Milley, woke, fat, and stupid. And so January 18th, white men no longer want to fight for a nation that scorns them. This is posted Yahoo News, or I think initially posted by The Telegraph. This is a no-brainer. Yeah, if you're white or of European descent, don't join the military. It's a waste of time. It's a fool's errand. Let the diversity pets of the Democratic Party enlist. Let them fight for Israel. Let them fight for Ukraine. Again, if you're white or European or of European stock, there's nothing for you in the military. There's no honor. There's no glory. None of that. No money. The money sucks. It's like, oh yeah, but you get $50,000 sign-up bonus. Yeah, they can offer me a $50 million sign-up bonus. I'm not fucking doing it. Yeah, I'm one of those people that I can't be bought. Let me begin by making this point as clearly as possible. There is absolutely nothing worse for the combat effectiveness of a military than attempting to use recruiting as a social engineering program. It was reported in this newspaper recently how the U.S. Army has seen a dramatic fall in the number of white recruits as the military.com website found that the Army fell 10,000 short of its 65,000 enlistment target. Underpinning this drop was a dramatic decrease in white recruits from 44,000 in 2018 to just 25,000 in 2023, leading to the proportion of white recruits falling from 56.4% of all recruits in 2018 to just 44%. Yeah, dude, those are rookie numbers. That needs to be 0%. Zero. Whites, Europeans, they're too precious to fight and die for Israel or Ukraine or any other country for that matter. According to the U.S. Census from 2022, around 59% of all U.S. citizens were from white backgrounds. Okay, the U.S. military is 17% women, so the recruiting crisis is primarily one among white men. Yeah, so the most despised demographic in the United States, the only group of people you're allowed to openly discriminate against, you're openly allowed to be hostile towards, you can make violent threats against white men, and you will be rewarded by the regime, by the press, by corporate America. Clearly, something inside the U.S. Army's recruitment system is failing, both in terms of targets being drastically missed and a failure to recruit effectively among the nation's largest ethnic group. The UK armed forces are in a similar depressing situation. It's not depressing. This is good. That means we're breaking through the conditioning. We're breaking through the regime-approved narrative. Recruiting targets are consistently not met, but the main priority is not to get more people to join up. It is to get more non-white people and women to join up. Again, women, I don't really care about the whole women angle. Again, regardless of the gender, if you're white, do not join. You're wasting your time. I want you for U.S. Army. It should just say, I want you for Israel. That'd be more accurate. Failure to meet recruiting targets is one thing. Peddling politically motivated and deeply flawed ideologically driven quotas is quite another. In another ill-thought-out and controversial move to attempt to fix the UK military's recruiting crisis, last week, Defense Secretary Grant Shapps declared that women are the solution to the armed forces recruitment crisis. Yeah, again, if they want to go woke, like, who gives a fuck? Even if they weren't woke, that's the thing. Even if they weren't engaging in this petty woke bullshit, it doesn't matter. Don't look to what they say, look to what they do. What the regime is doing is using innocent people and throwing them at nations that did nothing to us and causing grave amount of harm and destruction to both property and life. That's one reason not to do it. But, or to join. Another reason not to join, again, if you're white or of European stock, it is really, really stupid. You are a cuck if you sign up and join the military and fight someone else's battles. I got no problem with no Palestinian. No Palestinian has ever called me a goyim, all right? I got no problem with the Russians. The Russians never called me a goyim or an infidel or like an evil bastard or something. I got no problem with these people. They did nothing to me. And if they did nothing to you, don't enlist and fight the battles of the Biden crime family or the Clintons for that matter. There's no point, guys. There's no point. If I can even just convince one person to not sign up, and who otherwise would have, I would have secured my place in heaven next to my Father. And I would have saved an innocent life. I would have prevented somebody from going and harming people who didn't do anything to them. I do genuinely believe that. And yeah, I'm a fucking hippie, guys. I'm an anti-war hippie. And even Trump gets a lot of shit for that. They're like, oh, well, look at this fucking fat orange moron. He's saying nice things about evil Putler. He's saying nice things about Kim Jong-un or the president of the communist Chinese government. If you want to make deals with somebody, I mean, this is like negotiating 101. If I want something and I'm going to negotiate with another party, what I don't do is like, oh yeah, fuck this guy, he's a piece of shit, he's this, he's that, but we're gonna work out a deal. No one's gonna want to work with me. Yeah, try that in the real world, in your own personal life, and you will get nowhere in life. So a lot of these jackasses are like, oh well, he's cozying up to dictators for whatever reason. They're so fucking stupid. I mean, that's why Obama was a giant foreign policy failure. All he did was talk shit about the North Korean president. How are you supposed to negotiate peace when like all you do is talk shit? And not only that, you look like a bitch when you do it anyways. I digress though. Peace is good. Strength through peace. There is a strong case to be made that this breached employment law, who cares, and was thus illegal, who cares. Yeah, dude, I'm all for pushing white people out of the military. The less white people in the military, the better. They shouldn't be sacrificing their lives for this fucking retarded ass country. The head of the RAF at the time, Sir Mike Wigston, conveniently managed to avoid blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Pay needs to rise. Yeah, it's the money, I'm sure. Okay, so we got a stunning and brave woman right here. She's ready to go fight for Israel. She looks really happy to do so, by the way. Let's see. Recently, a Supreme Court affirmative action, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, dude, wokeness is not the problem, guys. It's really the duplicitous angle of this all, right? The U.S. military detests white men. It promotes a woke ideology that maligns and smears people with white skin. And now it's lamenting the fact that the competent people that are required to win wars are no longer signing up. And now they're talking about affirmative action. They're talking about this. They're talking about that. No, doesn't matter. Irrelevant. 7% of Haley's voters in New Hampshire were not registered Republicans. Gustavo Sanchez, post a source. I want to read that. That's probably true. Because one of the main strategies for the Haley campaign was to recruit a bunch of non-Republicans And even then, the strategy failed. All right, so we're pretty much done with this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the AP really quick. All right, so we're still hovering at a 54%. We're 81% reporting. Again, dude, I was pretty much on the mark. Where's my F5 key? Yeah, so we're still at 54%. Yeah, dude. I mean, she spent Nikki Haley, Sticky Nikki, spent tens of millions of dollars in New Hampshire. Just New Hampshire alone, tens of millions of dollars. And she couldn't even come close to the Donald. This race was called literally within minutes of the polls opening up. It's fucking over for her. I'm hoping that it's at 55% because that's what I predicted. I mean, I'm practically right, but still, I want these numbers to solidify. So we still got 19% of the vote that's unaccounted for. So we'll see where we're at. Okay, so Nikki Haley is dropping right now. She's dropping a little bit. Very cool. Yeah, one of the strategy was the big strategy was to get her to bring out all these Democrats. But it's really cold, snowing. It's a lot of effort for someone just to say fuck you to Trump. It didn't work. It didn't work in Iowa. I just don't see it working in New Hampshire. Obviously, it didn't work in New Hampshire because the race was already called. This race is pretty much over. So Fox News. Okay, so it's probably reputable. All right, well, let's continue on. Jamie Dimon, the banking extraordinaire, he basically runs Chase Bank. He had some really pleasant things to say about President Trump. I don't know if he's a good dude. I'm not really convinced. But, I mean, again, this guy speaks sensibly. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the time here.
How do you see the U.S. economy playing itself out over the next 12 months? This is an election year. We're talking a lot about what just took place in Iowa. And trying to understand how the American public is going to feel about the economy may ultimately dictate how the president is decided.
Yes, I agree with that. I think it's a mistake to assume that everything's hunky-dory. And, and when stock markets are up, it's kind of like this little drug we all feel. Like, it's just great. But remember, we've had so much fiscal and monetary stimulation. So I'm a little more on the cautious side, that we are facing a lot of things in 24 or 25. And we mentioned Ukraine, the terrorist activity in Israel, the Red Sea, quantitative tightening, which I still question if we understand exactly how that works. I don't think we do. How QE actually works, what the effect of negative, zero rates was for all this time. And obviously the politics. And, and then the Ukrainian war is affecting oil, gas, food, migration. So you have all these very powerful forces that are going to be affecting us in 24 and 25. So if I was the government, I would be preparing for what I'm going to do about that, assuming things aren't good. And I just also want to point out, I wish the Democrats would think a little more carefully when they talk about MAGA, and if you travel this country, and the country's unbelievable. We took our bus trip this year, and Leslie Picker was on Spokane and Boise and Bozeman. People are growing. They're hungry to grow. They're innovating. It's everywhere. It's not just Silicon Valley. So we've got this great hand. But when people say MAGA, they're actually looking at people voting for Trump, and they think they're voting, and they're basically scapegoating them, that you are like him. But I don't think they're voting for Trump because of his family values. And if you look, just take a step back, be honest. He was kind of right about NATO, kind of right about immigration. Mm-hmm. He grew the economy quite well.
China virus.
Tax reform worked. Mm-hmm. He was right about some of China. I don't like what he did.
No, I said China virus.
Yeah, I understand. He may have been right. And I don't like how he said things about Mexico. But he wasn't wrong about some of these critical issues. And that's why they're voting for him. And I think people should be a little more respectful of our fellow citizens. And when you guys have people up here, you should always ask the why. Not like it's a binary thing. You're supporting Trump, you're not supporting Trump. Why are you supporting Trump?
It's hard to hate 75 million of your fellow Americans. And
I agree.
It's done
and, the Democrats have done a pretty good job with the deplorables, hugging onto their Bibles and their beer and their guns. I mean, really, can we just stop that stuff and actually grow up and treat other people with respect and listen to them a little bit? And I do think
Damn, man. That's pretty, hold on, let me lower the audio really quick on that. Yeah, that's pretty interesting to hear coming from Jamie Dimon. Back when I was a banker, I was doing some business at Chase Bank, and one of my buddies, he worked there, and I asked, because I know Jamie Dimon, he went viral in the press for some meme. I don't really remember too much. Some guy was like freaking out about him. Anyways, I asked him, like, oh, what do you think of Jamie Dimon? Dude, Jamie Dimon ended up buying, I think it was Washington Mutual, because there was a few of them by me. And he's like, dude, we were so terrified, because they didn't, when they bought Washington Mutual and they bought up all these banks that failed, all these guys, all these people that worked at these banks, they were super terrified because they were uncertain about their future. Jamie Dimon went in there, and everybody knew what to do. They had a plan to get the bank up and running and, basically functioning the way that a Chase bank should. And, a lot of them got to keep their jobs. He saved a lot of their jobs, and he ended up saving a lot of these fucking banks. And he was just like, just super fucking intelligent, really, really smart guy. Other than that, like, I don't really know too much about his politics. But, you know, he's one of the few people that are, you know, billionaires essentially, and who run these big mega corporations that, as far as I know, doesn't really go too heavy handed on the woke shit. And yeah, he's one of the few people that's like, it's like, look, you guys have to be respectful of half of the electorate. You guys are calling them fat and beer guzzling, gun toting morons, you know, rednecks who are obsessed with Jesus, and, you know, just all these racist caricatures of white Americans. And he's like, no, this needs to stop. He's one of the few people that have actually stood up for guys like me, you know, the kind of people that are showing up and lining up to see President Trump. And it's really nice to see. It's kind of weird to say that about a banker, but I mean, the commercial banks aren't really like the main problem in the U.S. The nefarious individuals that are responsible for most of our suffering. I don't believe Jamie Dimon is one of those people. However, to say that he did not benefit from the economic chaos of the last 20 years would be disingenuous. You know, he is responsible for a great deal of suffering for sure. But, you know, people turn a new leaf, and, you know, it is what it is. All right, so the Iowa caucus is over. New Hampshire primary is essentially over, and now Nevada is going to have its caucus in February. So it is January 23rd of 2024, the beginning of the new year, and we're about to step into February. Trump is going to visit Las Vegas. Yeah, so former president and 2024 presidential hopeful Donald Trump will visit Las Vegas on Saturday as part of a rally ahead of the February 8 caucuses. The GOP frontrunner will deliver remarks at a Commit to Caucus rally at Big League Dreams, 3151 East Washington Avenue, less than 2 weeks before Republicans across the state come out to participate in the state party-run caucuses. Trump is one of the 2 presidential candidates who are still participating in the caucuses, scheduled 2 days after the legislatively mandated state presidential preference primary election. Ryan Binkley, a Texas pastor, joins Trump on the caucus's paper ballots. Other candidates such as Ron DeSanctimonious, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Chris Christie had signed up for the caucuses as well, but have since dropped out. Another leading GOP candidate, Sticky Haley, signed up to participate in the state primary, although no delegates will be awarded. Yikes. The event will take place at 1 p.m. and doors open at 10 a.m. To get tickets, visit donaldjtrump.com/events. Yeah, I know where this is at. Hey, this is actually, oh no, I thought this would be a lot closer. This is actually relatively close to one of the opportunity schools that I went to, because I was a fuck up in high school. So yeah, this is exciting news. I can't wait. It'll be, I don't really do too many, I haven't done a caucus in a while, because again, I'm not a registered Republican yet, so that's going to change real soon. And obviously, I'm never going to vote for Democrats ever again. So I just have no reason to show up to any of these primaries in the beginning of the year. See, Jamie Dimon is a ruthless, Jesus, Freedom Mars, but he knows what's coming. He does know what's coming, so he's changed his tune. Obsessed with Jesus, the Bible guy, or Jesus, the lawn guy? The Bible guy. I like Jesus shredded up on a pizza. Jesus Christ, rookie. I like the potato chip shaped Jesus. Oh, what is this, you guys? What is this? What's going on here? All right. So, yeah, very excited. Las Vegas is going to be a blast next few weeks. All right. Yeah, so this is another really, really big item here. Yeah, Nikki Haley made a reference to this like months ago. Audio recording reveals the moment that senior Republican figure tried to bribe Carrie Lake not to run for Senate. Well, for whatever reason, she felt the need to record this. And can we speed the time up on this? No? All right, well.
So what's going on? What is? I'm assuming this is our friend.
This is back east. There are very powerful
the rich
people
man know what the
who wanna keep
rich
you out
man.
of
Oh
the
no,
Senate.
they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So this conversation never happened.
This is crazy though.
Dude, this guy sounds like the sleaziest politician, like comically cheesy, like fucking RoboCop, corrupt type politician.
They should want me. I'm a great candidate. People love me. These people are corrupt.
Well, maybe you're right.
They are right. They are corrupt.
Maybe. This never happened. Don't go. Do you ever though? I'll get myself in trouble. This, if you say no, which is fine, it's your choice. Don't tell people.
They're gonna try to have me murdered.
Not either. Today's world, man. If that stuff that came out last week is right about the cartel stuff, man. They say the cartel's operating in 50 states right now, like all 50. You know? So.
Oh yeah, dude, that's old news.
So what's going on? Who is it? What?
Forget the who. Let me just tell you the what. Let's just say there are people calling around.
Dude, this reads like the dialogue in Eric July's ISOM. It's all vague. They're like, yo, who's trying to bribe me? Back east. Yeah, well, who, what, where, why, what? It is what it is. It's fucking... By the way, this really happened. This is fucking real. I can't believe... Dude, this story went viral on fucking Twitter. Unbelievable. Arizona's trending. Carrie Lake is trending. This DeWitt guy is trending. And we'll get to DeWitt in a second.
Gosh, no, they can't repeat this. Never repeat this. If you say no, don't say, I got offered to buy out. Don't use it. Because then we lose our ability to get things done in the future.
Here's my problem. Rather than just say, let's work with her, she's a great candidate. Because they don't own me. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't know it's about ownership.
It's about control.
I don't know it's about control. It's about being on the team. I guess that's, you know what I mean?
They want to be on the team.
They want you to be on their team.
But
just team.
But if they're pushing a globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
They want you to stay out for 2 years. What? I'll tell you what I can offer you.
Yeah, we're probably not going to have a country in 2 years. I'm not even kidding, guys. It's probably, we're heading in that direction.
But, I said, you can do whatever you want. It's talking head, this and that. So, the ask of me was, it's kind of funny. So the ask I got today from back east was, it has to stay between us. Is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and to keep her out? And I said, well, what are you willing to do? Like, whatever we need to do.
This is about defeating Trump. And I think that's a bad, bad thing for our country. DeSantis is not America first. This is about the final death blow to Trump. And I don't think that's good for our country.
And I love Trump. I love Trump.
It's not good for our country, Jeff.
It's not. But at the same time, I'm not even sure Trump can win again. I don't know that he can win again. I think what it really comes down to for a lot of people, it's not really about like control or agenda. It's just about the ability to raise money to win.
All right, so there's a few things I picked up on listening to this is the second time going through it. One thing that I really picked up on is Carrie Lake. I love her to death, and she was aware that she was recording this. She's obviously recording this. You can hear the way that her clothes is rubbing up against the microphone when she's eating the food. So this is obviously her doing. So knowing that, she's playing this off as if this is totally organic, totally normal, like a normal conversation that isn't being recorded, but it is, which is why she's saying the things that she's saying. And it comes off as bad acting. I'll leave it at that. Obviously, the guy she's speaking with is a total moron. He's probably used to not being told no. But this is the reality of American politics. If you are a thorn in the side of the internationalists, they'll pay you to fuck off. Or they'll pay you to do what they want. Nikki Haley comes to mind. For whatever reason, this total loser was sitting on the board of Boeing. She had this completely like nothing job, this like do nothing bitch job, and she made a lot of money. I mean, that's just how it is. And of course, now this deal was being offered to Carrie Lake because she was not willing to play ball. I had a feeling that she was going to go all the way with it just because, the people in politics right now, the majority of them are just giant losers, like Mitch McConnell, Thomas Massey, Chip Roy, just big losers. Obviously the Democratic Party, they're full of nothing but losers, but at least they're organized and they know what they're doing. So yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
If you really want to know, all of politics boils down to money, I think. Absolutely. And even on their end, like what makes them the most money?
I know all these consultants don't want their payday to end, and I don't want to make a deal with these kind of people. This is a hill worth dying on. I'm not, if they're going to steal the election to make me and our movement go away, I'm not letting him do that. I owe it to the people of Arizona to carry their torch and their voice.
Yeah, so she's basically doing a campaign speech while she's being bribed by this corrupt Republican politician. I think he's a state rep. He's like a leading state representative. Like he's a shot caller in Arizona politics. This DeWitt fella.
Or you don't go away, but you pause.
This is the battles right now, Jeff.
You pause and refill your coffers.
No, the battle is right now. The battle is right now, and we don't have time to pause on this battlefield.
You're not. You can't scratch their back. It's not afraid of you.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to offer them.
Yeah, he's basically saying, you have no bargaining power, you ain't got shit coming, but you got something we want, or you can do something for us, which is literally nothing. We'll give you money to literally do nothing. And the interesting thing about Kari Lake is she doesn't come from a very wealthy family. She doesn't come from money, essentially. She's done well for herself. Her and her husband, they're both well-established adults. They're very mature people, and they're doing pretty good life-wise. However, these people aren't like super fucking wealthy or ultra rich or anything like that. And Kari Lake is a scorned woman. She won the governor's race against cat lady Katie Hobbs with that hideous Karen haircut. And I think she really wants revenge. She's going to see to it that she goes all the way with this. And just given the amount of lies that, these Republican establishment fools have told guys like myself, people like Kari Lake and President Trump, I don't think she believed that the offer was genuine. And she probably had she had an idea as to what was going to be offered to her or what was going to be said. So she was going to record it. And honestly, I mean, again, she's kind of like disrespecting the man talking with her. That's why she's eating chips. She's eating food. She's fucking chewing and slurping and shit. She's disrespecting the individual. The bad acting aside, because again, she's pretending like she's not recording this individual. She probably also doesn't believe that they're going to live up to their end of the bargain, given the shadiness that she's experienced. Let me see. Hold on. Let me read some of these comments really quick. Let's see. No Knickers. Nikki is gonna win. Free vag for the simps. Disgusting, Friedrich Marx. You take that back. It's not good for our country, but at the same time, it's good for my wallet. Yeah, essentially. I'm telling you, Kari Lake should be Trump's VP, I think. I also think that, too. She'd be an excellent vice presidential pick. The only 4 individuals that I see as genuine, viable candidates for the vice presidential pick for President Trump would be Kari Lake, Lee Zeldin, Ben Carson, Kirsten Noem. Kirsten Noem, she's like last on the list, though. While she's a fantastic governor, she's a tough cookie, she cheated on her husband, kind of for the streets, 304 status. However, she's basically like a superior DeSantis, but with slightly more baggage in like the personal department. Ron DeSantis is just pure toxic right now. By the way, I was 100% right about him. We'll get to that later. Let's wrap this up.
And they're sitting around people that have stuff out for them. You know what I mean? It's just it's a back scratching club. That's all DC is. It's a big back scratching club. You're in no position to scratch anybody's back, and you've already made it known that if you get there, you're not going to scratch anybody's back. I don't scratch people's back. I've been on the outs for a lot of people for a long time because I don't scratch backs. Where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again?
Listen to what you're saying. Why don't we do something about it so that we the people can pick our...
What can we do?
I'm not willing to accept that. And I'm going to be the biggest pain in these people's... Go back and tell them that. I'm running, and I'm going to be the biggest pain in their...
I'm willing to tell them that.
And they're going to have to kill me to stop me.
No, I know. Look. And
you don't have to tell them that, but I don't think they will, but...
No, I don't think that's the way they are.
I don't think that's
Either
the way
they come around
Who is they?
and try to work with me, or I'm just going to...
entail?
That would entail not telling... Layman's telling me, you got to distance yourself from Trump. I know, you distance yourself from DeSantis.
He's all butthurt about that.
But what I'm saying is, don't tell people that. I'm with Trump, okay? I want to work for the betterment of Arizona. I'm not going to let these people back in D.C. tell me not to run.
I'm telling you not to run.
I'm not going to pause for 2 years. The battle is now. I'm offended by whoever these people are that they're trying to buy me out of.
Well, you should be honored.
I'm offended that there's people back there who just don't give about our country.
Do you understand though? You should be honored. That means they know how powerful you are.
Well, I can tell them
If
that.
you weren't powerful, they wouldn't want to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Right? You should be. Very few people get this.
I know. I'm pissed that they don't care more about our country. It's all about the mighty dollar to them, and that's offensive.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
They want to get Trump so bad. They want him out so bad.
It's not about Trump. This isn't about Trump. It's about you. It's not about Trump. It's about you. It's not about Trump. Some people that are in on this. I know.
Listen, I can win. Why don't you go back and tell them that I can win, and why don't they get behind me?
I see these things through a different lens. It's very personal to you. This was you. This was your name on the ballot.
Yeah, like I said, the scorned woman, very personal to her. Yeah, of course it's fucking personal. She ran such a clean campaign and they fucked her right in the ass. Such horseshit. And it was obviously bullshit.
And I get that. And it's a very personal thing.
Well, I have a appointment coming up, and I have to work on my book.
Yeah.
I'm not good. I appreciate their concern.
Just to say, is there a number at which
I can be bought?
not be bought?
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30, no. A billion, no. This is not about money. This is about our country. I think it's disturbing that they would even, that anybody would think this is.
No, to be fair, even me, I'll say this. I want a fresh face right now for the reason that I've never seen anyone, I can't think of a single person in a federal race who's lost, ran in and won. I can't think of it. If you can think of it, let me know.
I'm not going to let these people who hate our country tell me not to run. You should call them and tell them to get behind me.
Dude, Friedrich Marx, guess what religion Marx subscribes to, dude? Guess what religion he is? If Karl Marx was alive today, he would be residing in the Middle East somewhere. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I can win, and they should get behind me.
I will happily say those words.
Yeah.
Do you think my words will carry any weight? No.
Okay, well, did you think you would come in here and that I would be bought?
It's not being bought.
Yes, it is.
I think.
It is being bought. No. They are trying to buy me out of running. It's actually, I mean, all right, I'm flattered. I'm offended. I'm offended for our country. We have people like this who live here.
What I think is this, is it can give you an incredible opportunity to have a bigger voice to fight for stuff than you currently do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to deal with people like this.
Yeah,
These
she's not eating because
are
she's stressed.
Un-American, and I think
it's
they're
like
unethical,
a quasi-sleight of hand.
and
She's
I would
trying
be
to,
absolutely
distract away
immoral
from the
if I
fact
did
that she's
that.
recording this idiot.
Again.
That's immoral. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror if I, you know.
It's very powerful people that are willing to, they really want someone different. They want new names, whatever it is.
So they want Jim Lehman, that's a new name?
No, actually, that's not even, that's a possibility, but they're even asking me, like,
I know, they've got all these new names, and I'm going to beat each and every one of them. Sorry, Jeff, take it back to them.
Oh.
I gotta get working.
I know you
I
do.
love you, but I gotta get working.
All right, I appreciate it.
I'm just, can't believe this.
Hey, again, be honored. Instead of them just them working to beat you, they're trying to
Karl Marx, I can't respond to that comment, dude. You're gonna get me into trouble, man. You're gonna get me into a lot of trouble if I even address that comment. So I'm gonna have to pass on that, brother.
This is about getting Trump out.
Nah,
yeah, it is.
Trump never came once.
But it's about DeSantis, getting DeSantis in. Getting DeSantis is getting Trump out.
You're reading too deep into it.
Well, let's see what happens. Maybe my case will go through. Maybe they'll do the right thing.
I
hope so.
I do too. That's my first goal. Yeah. But they can't have me in the governor's office because then we're going to root out some of this corruption.
But again, it's like...
You know what it is? The people don't get to choose their elected officials unless they're pre-approved by the swamp. And the swamp doesn't pre-approve.
I don't know what that honking noise is.
You need a strong party.
I think you should go public with this and then say, hey,
No.
these people don't want to, they don't want,
And then I turn my key in my car and I just... I like my car.
All right, so yeah, DeWitt just made a comment about saying the wrong thing and then being unalived by the people that I guess have the leash around his neck. Yeah, this DeWitt fella, I had no idea, but this is him hanging out with President Trump. Apparently, dude, this guy worked in Trump's administration. Unfucking real, man. Jeff DeWitt and his wife, Marana, with President Donald Trump. DeWitt was elected chair of the Arizona Republican Party last year, soon after he urged Kari Lake to step back from politics for 2 years. There are very powerful people who want to keep you out, he told. Yeah, this guy, he fucking, oh man. Two sources confirmed DeWitt's identity as the speaker. He and his press secretary did not respond to multiple requests for comment. Lake's office also did not respond. At the time of their conversation, Lake was publicly mulling a run for the U.S. Senate. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, DeWitt was nominated to be the chief financial officer of NASA by the Trump administration. He was confirmed by the Senate in 2018 and stepped down 2 years later. Yeah, see, this is like one of the grave, one of the weak spots of President Trump is that he's a businessman and he's trying to conduct business with people who are not honorable, who have an agenda, who have a master. They have real masters. Trump is not a real master. He's a boss. You know, he's the executive. DeWitt has a master, and he answers to him, or he answers to them, whoever they may be. And yeah, everything else is just bullshit. Yeah, this is insane. Yeah, this clip, this 10-minute clip here, went viral. It was viral all day on Twitter. Unbelievable. Let's see. Don't go too hard on him. He's just a messenger. Yeah, but dude, like if you're in a position to be accepting orders from the kind of people that actually control politics in the United States, and then you relay those messages on their behalf to derail a very popular political figure who's a populist like Kari Lake, fuck DeWitt. Yeah, President Trump, I mean, he genuinely believed he can win these people over. He genuinely believed that he can control this, and he can't. What's amazing is you think Trump has no masters after he sold his daughter to the... Oh, God, shut up. Friedrich Marx, disavow this very hateful comment. All right, well, let's move on. Let's see where we're at with the polling. Oh, man. We are at 86% reporting. Why is this going so fucking slow? We're still at 54%. The needle hasn't moved. All right. Anyways, let's move on. Let's see. New January 6th footage released thanks to Congressman Thomas Massie is the most damning explosive J6 footage yet released. In my view, this will end up demolishing the regime's J6 narrative and with it a major pillar of Dems' 2024 strategy. I'm not going to bother going through and sending through all this footage because it's kind of boring. So I'm just going to read through some of the notes here. This footage shows the discovery of the pipe explosive at a bench outside of the DNC headquarters. The first clips show that at approximately 1:05, a man in a backpack approaches a Metro PD SUV and black Secret Service SUV, informing them of the pipe explosive's presence. I don't want to say the B word because I think they'll flag the channel. Interestingly, recent report from TPC for USA reveals this man in the backpack is a plainclothes Capitol Police officer. Interesting. Here's the first sign things are a bit out of the ordinary after being informed of the pipe explosive feet away. The Metro PD authorities, who are technically on the Secret Service detail, take over a minute before they even bother getting out of their car. Let's see. Now things are getting really weird. Take a look at this clip and note how casually the Metro PD and Secret Service operations lounge about after being informed of the pipe explosive feet away. There's absolutely zero concern for their own safety or that of their protectee, VP Kamala Harris. So Kamala Harris was in the DNC building, which is where this device was planted, like right next to it. Toward the end of the clip, you see a pedestrian walk by. They didn't warn him. There was a explosive feet away. Incredibly bizarre and damning. In this clip, we see whoever is manning the Capitol Police cameras finally responds to the information regarding the pipe explosive and zooms into the benches where the pipe explosive was planted. Notice the empty coffee cup on the bench right next to the pipe bomb. January 6th was a very windy day, and it's unlikely an empty coffee cup would have lasted on that bench for long before getting blown away. Someone had been sitting there recently, perhaps the plainclothes officer. Can't say this definitively, but it appears 11 seconds into this clip that you can briefly catch the timer on the pipe bomb in view. For reference, here's a screenshot of the FBI provided surveillance footage of the alleged pipe bomber seconds before. Notice the same bench. Interesting. If the nonchalance of the Secret Service seemed weird before, now it gets downright scandalous. In this clip, we not only see a bunch of Secret Service agents standing in close proximity to the pipe explosive, we see a group of children cross the street toward the location of the bomb, ultimately walking within feet of it. The Secret Service don't bother to warn the children of the explosive. Either these Secret Service agents were utterly concerned with the life of their protectee, Kamala Harris, the lives of the children, and their own lives, or they somehow knew the pipe bomb was a dud. I think he meant to say they weren't utterly concerned, but whatever. But how on earth would they know that? We know that the DNC pipe bomb was dismantled by a bomb-safe robot. How could one possibly explain this scenario in which the bomb is considered safe enough to allow children to walk within feet of it, and yet it requires a bomb-safe robot to defuse it? And he put defuse it in quotations. Minutes later, a Capitol Police officer walks right up to the bomb and snaps a photo of it, gives a thumbs up signal, and everyone leaves quickly thereafter. Weirdly, the Secret Service behavior after the Capitol Police officer takes a photo of the bomb is the fastest we've seen them move the entire time. For reference, here's a photo of the DNC pipe bomb, presumably the photo taken by the Capitol Police officer in the clip above. Now we have to confront some very disturbing questions. We've seen bizarre and damning video in which the Secret Service respond with total lack of concern upon being informed of the bomb, unconcerned for themselves, for their protectee Kamala Harris, and even for children they allowed to walk within feet of the bomb. Clearly they knew the bomb was a dud, but how? Nonetheless, as we've said, they went through the motions of dismantling is in bunny quotes, the bomb with a bomb-safe robot. And what about Kamala Harris, who was being protected by the Secret Service? Well, she actively covered up the fact that she was in the DNC building for over a year, to the point of allowing the DOJ to falsely stipulate that she was in the Capitol in certain January 6th indictments. Why on earth would Kamala Harris cover this up? She still hasn't acknowledged it. Think about that for a second. The first VP woman of color came within a hair's width of losing her life to the deadly MAGA explosive devices. And for some reason, she doesn't want to milk that publicly or milk that politically. Joe Biden gave a whole speech on the 3rd anniversary of the January 6th and failed to mention that his own VP was within feet of the deadly MAGA bomb. If we add the inexplicable reaction of Kamala Harris, the Secret Service, to the pipe bomb, to Kamala Harris's inexplicable cover-up of the fact that she was at the DNC during January 6th when the pipe bomb was there, the following. The only close footage that the FBI has made public of the pipe bomb at the DNC site is security footage from the DNC. We at Revolver News have shown definitively that the footage is both tampered with and that the FBI is withholding footage from the camera angle that would actually show the bomber planning the bomb. Yeah, so there's a lot of crazy shit going on here. A lot of people don't even know or didn't even realize that Kamala Harris was in the building when this happened. Let me read some of these comments really first. Trump gets double digits, baby. Let's hope so. Do you think there should be presidents over retirement age 70 plus? I think presidents should be 35 to 50 ideally. Well, generally speaking, I would prefer all politicians to be relatively younger, on the younger side. Like around, J.D. Vance's age, maybe Obama's age. Someone like a Thomas Massey is fine. But honestly, like the age thing, it's like, yeah, I think it would be more preferable to have mandatory drug testing of our politicians, and more restrictions on public service. Like you're not allowed to sell or trade stock options if you're in government. President Trump didn't do that. He gave away his salary. Most people don't realize that, but he gave away his salary, which is really nice. President Trump is, he's in his mid-70s, but he's more active than a lot of guys and girls I know. A lot of people out here in Vegas, many of us know these types. All they want to do is smoke weed and, eat goy slop and watch Netflix all day. And, President Trump will run laps around those people. He's very, very active, very, very fluid. And, he's still with it. Joe Biden, on the other hand, is, he can't even speak. He goes to the gym. I saw him play golf. He does golf. I don't think President Trump goes to the gym. I would like to see Trump lose a little bit more weight. I'd like to see him eat a little bit more healthy. Every time he's out in public meeting with the people, he's handing out like pizzas and shit. He's probably eating some of that himself. He's a big guy. He's got a big appetite, even in his age. But all things considered, he's pretty agile for an old fella. But generally speaking, I'd prefer them to be younger. I don't think mandating a younger age. I think drug testing politicians would be more effective at deterring retards from being in office. Like right now, Joe Biden would be disqualified because he'd just be on all kinds of drugs. And it'd be prescribed, so it's not the same. But still, it's like, do you really want this drugged up retard in office? Probably not. I was thinking that over retirement age, people wouldn't care about the country since they already have one foot in the grave. No, that's a bad way of seeing it, Aaron. A lot of older folk, they're very concerned with the direction of the country. They're very concerned with politics, and they're very active in, volunteering to make sure that elections are run properly. They're very active in caucusing. They always show up for primaries. They're very, very active in it. And we're seeing a trend where a lot of older people are actually trending to the left, trending towards the Democratic Party, because some Republicans are jackasses and they want to, increase the age of increase the retirement age. They want to do away with Social Security benefits and Medicare, Medicaid, and all that stuff. And they're really bad at this, as opposed to Democrats that want to aggressively protect those things. But that's not really the case. I like your drug testing. I know which ones to vote for based on what they test positive for. I prefer my politicians to have enough stimulants to pull a blitzkrieg. Elderly who have loser children like Biden don't care about the country. Yeah, no, Biden never cared about the country. He never cared about anything, really. Even at a young age, when he was actually coherent, he's like, oh, yeah, I was running for the Senate. I was, like a 34-year-old, 35-year-old running for the U.S. Senate, not, on the federal level. And he knew the game. He's like, I pulled my pants down. I'm prostituting myself to all these big corpos, to all the lobbyist groups, and everyone told him to fuck off. They're like, yeah, talk to me in about 10 years. Talk to me when you're about 50 years old. And he ended up winning. And he still ended up prostituting himself. His own words. I'm not making this up. These are joke Biden's own words. That's just his mindset. Trump never had to fucking sell out. He always wanted to do what he wanted. And I respect that. And yeah, his kids are fucking losers. Absolutely. I try not to talk about their kids and shit, but then they beat up on Trump's kids and unbelievable. So yeah, the J6 stuff, it's not going away. It's only getting worse. Let's move on. We're almost done with the politics stuff. Actually, no, we're completely done. That's it. That's it for politics. So now we got to get into the human events stuff. But let's go ahead and check in on New Hampshire really quick. Where's my F5? God damn, dude. 86%. What is going on, New Hampshire? Get it together. Dude, guys, I might have to be up all night because I would hate to see this, the next whatever percentage of votes left, like it all goes to Nikki Haley and then Orange Man loses. Even though President Trump essentially won this already, he's already been declared the winner by the entire Lugenpress. But you never know. You never know. Yeah, Donald Trump wins. AP called it at 5 p.m. It is 9:12 Pacific Standard Time right now. All right. Anyways, human events, stories with human interest. Middle schoolers are being bullied for not having Stanley tumblers. They laugh and point. Oh, those poor kids. I remember when I was in elementary school. So I don't remember how old you are. Elementary school. It's before you go into middle school, before you go to high school. So I was a tiny little child. I remember one day I show up to school and everybody's got Pokemon cards. I was the only kid without one. Again, my dad wasn't around. It was just me and my mom. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I want Pokemon cards now. And then I did end up getting some. And I got like this generic basic bitch booster pack. But everybody had the exact same one. Like the random packs is what everybody was going for. I don't think I was bullied because I ended up collecting quite a few Pokemon cards really, really quick. I was really great at bartering. It was in my blood. Aaron writes, 55 as you predicted. It was 55 as I predicted. I'm really, really good at this. Let's see. If they go your kids, you go theirs. Fair is fair. Yeah, I know. And it's just you got to be careful, Friedrich Marx, because you don't want to make Hunter Biden look sympathetic. You don't want to make Joe Biden look sympathetic. So there was that clip, that voice call where Biden was saying he loves Hunter and he wants to like help him, get clean and shit. It was a really heartwarming moment, but you go after him for wanting to like save his son. That's just a bad look. It's bad optics for one, and it's bad strategy. Let's see. Hold up. My concern is that they don't know about technology that well in the government. No, they don't. I don't think they could explain cryptocurrency if they tried. Most people couldn't. And also cryptocurrency is kind of a scam, but I digress. Let's see what these kids are up to. I'm just going to play this short clip. It's only a minute long.
A Walmart cup that she said she thought was cute. She is 9 years old.
All right, so a mom is making this video. Let's start this over. It's a little quiet. Boost this audio.
This is the cup that we got our daughter for Christmas. This is not a Stanley. This is a $9.98 Walmart cup that she said she thought was cute. She is 9 years old. On the second day back to school after Christmas break, she comes home. All the other girls in her grade, I'm not saying all, maybe she said 9, 10 of them, all got Stanleys for Christmas. And they made sure to let her know that this is not a real Stanley, that this is fake and it's not as cool. She comes home, she's upset. She asks if she can have a real Stanley. If you're a mom, if you're a parent, and you can do something to keep your child from getting made fun of, to help fit in, you're gonna do it. So we went and bought her a 30-ounce Stanley. But this doesn't start with the kid.
Dude, those kids are fucking bastards, man. Dude, oh my God. Let's have this cute mom finish up.
This starts with us. This starts with parents, with moms. What are we teaching our kids? You better believe that if our 9-year-old daughter came home and somehow we found out that she made fun of another girl at school for not having something name brand, we would be making her write a note to apologize. We would make her apologize in person, because that's not what we do in this household. And that's what we need to be teaching our kids.
To be fair to mom and to be fair to parents in general, a lot of like this shitty behavior, I hate to sound like a boomer about this, but they're literally learning it like on TikTok. They're literally learning it by going on Twitter, watching, Facebook or Instagram reels, etc. And no, dude, like it's fucking legit. The influence and the grasp that these videos and this viral marketing has on younger people, or more susceptibly stupid people, is it's pretty outstanding. It's pretty incredible. But I mean, I've seen it in my own life, and yeah, man. First off, I didn't even know Stanley Cups like existed until literally there were like hordes of people camping outside of Target for the pink one. I don't get it, guys. I honestly don't get it. I don't see what the appeal is. Are they like Yetis or something? I don't know. Somebody educate me. I'm basically a boomer at this point. This video is so dumb. Why do people care about a bottle? I feel like it's fake problem and trying to get clout. It might be. Base take on crypto. I don't even fucking get it. That's because I'm too smart to waste my time into understanding it. She doesn't want a cup for Christmas. Yeah, apparently. Well, the Stanley Cup is very, very special for some reason. I don't know. I'm just literally learning about this cup. The internet just gives people a microphone. You should mock your kid for being obsessed with name brand products. Yeah, I mean, the parents, it's like, okay, your daughter's being bullied because she doesn't have a fucking whatever Stanley Cup, whatever the Stanley Cup is. And instead of like, okay, it's easy to judge these parents. It's easy to, be backseat parenting, if you will. But if your kid's being bullied and you want the bullying to stop, instead of like going to the administrator, going to the parents of the kids that are bullies, you can just buy the fucking cup and be done with it. And now the kid looks cooler than everybody else because she's got a giant white Stanley Cup. Someone look up the Stanley Cups for me and tell me how much those things cost, because I hear they're like on Yeti's level. So I can be kind of sympathetic towards the mom. And I'm just going to be on all the parents' side, and I'm just going to assume that they're learning this behavior without the parent present. I told you guys before, I had a former coworker of mine, her young son, he's a boy. He was watching the TikTok videos, and he was doing like the fruity dancing and shit. And she's like, no fucking way. She took the phone away. She blocked the app and everything. $40. For really? It's not that expensive. The Yeti I was gonna buy was like $150. Let's see. You go to the school or what? It depends on how severe the bullying is. Let's see. It's like getting a name brand peanut butter over some other brand. How would you know unless you're eating it? Yeah, I mean, this is pretty disgusting consumerism on display. Let's see if there's any additional information in the actual article. But I'm kind of sympathetic towards the mama. Navigating the trials and tribulations of middle school popularity is something preteen girls know all too well with. Status markers such as what sports, extracurricular activities, and friend groups they're part of. Yeah, those things were always really important when I was in school. Now that includes what brand of water bottle they have. All right, so this is consumerism on steroids. It's out of control. This channel here at the Watchfrogs, we are against consumer horror culture. The viral Stanley Tumbler, the Stanley Tumbler has become a symbol of popularity in middle schools and even elementary schools. And those who don't have one are now subject to bullying. The cut reported. If I was like a principal, I would just ban those cups. If you got a Stanley cup, it stays home or it stays in your backpack. It's not allowed out. A 13-year-old named Dahlia wasn't the popular girl at her Dallas middle school, having been the new girl last school year, but when she walked into school with her Stanley Cup, all of a sudden she was no longer invisible. Oh, come on, dude. This is bullshit. Every day when I get into school at like 7:45 a.m., everybody comes over to me like, oh my God, I like your Stanley, or it's so cool. I want a Stanley just like yours. Dude, this sounds like a horrible YouTube skit. The 8th grader told the outlet, it makes me feel like I'm famous and being swarmed by paparazzi. This is a troll, right? Dahlia isn't the only girl who admitted to gaining popularity. Thanks to the $45 Stanley Quencher tumbler, I'm like a little bit more popular now, and I've been getting more friends because of it. Madeline, a 9-year-old from Kentucky who owns 5 Stanleys, told the cup. I didn't read this article before I came on live. Holy shit. Dude, I don't think I was this cringy when I was in middle school. Actually, I know I wasn't. I'm kind of speechless. Let's see. $100 to $185 for limited edition colors on eBay. Oh my God. Thank you for sharing that information, Rookie. That is really disgusting. I hope they're new. Watch, I bet they're used and somebody will still buy them. I mean, if you find out your kid is bullying kids over brands, bully your kid from, oh, I already read that one. Big name brand sippy cup. I like being invisible at school. Hot take. Not being bothered is great. LOL. It's like a status symbol. It's like having an iPhone or some shit. It is like having an iPhone. I'm seeing the iPhone effect once again. You were cringe in different ways. Cappy Lover, you take that back. I was an awesome kid in middle school. I was invited out a lot. I skateboarded, hung out with friends at McDonald's and Game Crazy. We played guitar and we downloaded music illegally on LimeWire. Very normal middle school life for me. Not cringe whatsoever. Let's see. Hold on. Trying to think, did I do anything cringe? Did anything bad happen to me? Oh, I was in one fight, but I won. So that wasn't cringe. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was relatively normal high school. Middle school. Experience. I think there was a sarcastic that came out, and middle schoolers and high schoolers, 80% of them have an iPhone. Rookie, I miss LimeWire. I know, so do I. Dude, stealing music was very magical. I could dig it up. All right. Aaron writes. Yeah, dude, the Stanley Cup. Dude, I have a Milwaukee cup. It costs less than this thing, and it looks way cooler. And it goes right on my Milwaukee pack-out system. Dude, I don't see what the big deal. Dude, these cups look like shit. They look like cheap junk. These look like the cups you get at the movie theater. It's like, yeah, I want the bladder buster. I want to go see Echo, Marvel, DC. Ugh. And like, this is like the cup that they give you to slurp your goy drink. I don't know, guys. I'm not buying it, but yeah, do all this consumerism, we need to repent, you guys. We need to repent. We need to combat this consumer culture. All right, guys, I need you to come clean. We got the consumer confessions. You will confess what you've consumed. My Lord, I have consumed product this week. I got a brand new Neumann microphone, which is how you are hearing my voice. But I think I am more worthy of forgiveness, my God, because the microphone will be used to spread your word. And it will also be used to narrate my audiobook that is going to be released to third or fourth quarter 2024. Hopefully before Trump is reelected? Question mark. Everybody in the chat. We got Sam Dog joining us. Daily reminder, Epstein didn't kill himself. And if he did, good. Cappy Lover, I want everybody here to confess what you've consumed. We got children consuming cups. We got the geeks and gamer nerds consuming DC Marvel products, cape shit. I've consumed microphone. Of course, I repent. I ask for forgiveness. And the culture is sick. I don't even think this is like an anti-capitalism thing, because I am all in favor of trading goods and services. But we're at a point where it's going too far. Are you going to clip this out and post it on Twitter? Cappy Lover, I just might. All right, I'm not seeing a lot of confessions. Everyone is a sinner. That's what the Lord teaches. What else have I consumed? I had... God damn it. I'm tempted. I just got an email. Large pizza at Domino's, carry out special, 2 of them for $7. How could I say no? Friedrich Marx, too much consuming all around. Friedrich Marx, you're a communist. What does communist say about consuming products? I confess to watching the watchfrogs. Aaron, you have consumed frogs. You had me thinking about it. Nowadays, it's so weird. People pretend to be nerds to be cool. Being a nerd used to be like bad thing. Shaking my damn head. You know what? It did. It did. Let's see. Rookie. I spent $500 on Fitbit accessories and about the same on glitter makeup. Oh, so we got $1,000 right there. But it could be argued that you are maintaining the vessel that the Lord has provided you with the Fitbit accessories. The aim is to maintain fitness, to cherish and honor the body that was given to you by Jesus Christ. And the glitter makeup, do you not want to look good for the Lord? Rookie, you are forgiven. I have made 50 pairs of shoes. I have maybe 50 pairs of shoes. You know, shoes wear and tear and your feet need to be protected. Is that a crime? LimeWire and Newgrounds were goated. They were. I wasn't a big fan of Newgrounds, but LimeWire, yes. I would, dude. If LimeWire was still around, I would consume LimeWire so hard. Aaron, I only have 2 pairs of shoes. Aaron, you let me know what shoes you want, and they're yours. I need my Fitbit Sam Dog, a marathon runner. Ah, yes. Maintaining good health is a good thing, of course. And, you know, right now the culture is leaning towards the consumption of goy slop, consumption of giant plastic cups, and streaming services. I think consuming Fitbits is not the worst thing in the world. I think that's a good thing. I actually have a Fitbit Luxe myself. I use it every day. Gym in the morning. I walk for about an hour. And if I'm lucky, I'll do a very light amount of yoga. The Fitbit tracks all of it. Its intended purpose is it fulfills the need. I want to get a smartwatch eventually. Aaron, you will. All you got to do is pray a little bit harder. I knew a guy who was actually pretty based politically. He was old as fuck, and I associate him with Newgrounds. Ah, yes, those old farts. They love their Newgrounds. Newgrounds is so old it can vote. All right, because he said something about it. Yeah, Newgrounds is like a really fun website to like play video games and shit on, and to they're like funny videos on there. Dude, honestly, like everybody I knew loved Newgrounds. I was more of a Joe cartoon kind of guy. I consumed Joe cartoons. What do you mean it's older than that? It's as old as the 90s. It's Newgrounds came out like late 90s, I believe. Yes. Well, those in the chat, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, there's gonna be an audio only version of this. And for those who are going to be watching later on, I want you to leave a comment what you consumed this week and what you're going to do to not consume. You know, I've been consuming a lot of Beef and Van Sciver content lately, only to sharpen my skills to combat the fat grifters who steal from innocent people, who sell them fake goods, fake art. They need to be punished. Beef and Van Sciver's preparing me for the Grifto Wars. I'm 28, so it makes sense. Ah, yes. Oh man, one of my saddest consumer moments. I bought these traffic lights, these emergency traffic lights, and they float and shit. And I got like 10 of them, and my friend roasted me for buying so many. He's like, "You'll never use these," and he's right. I never did, but it felt good having them just in case. I was 21 and he was probably in his 30s. He recently found me a few months ago and was like, "I see you're finally based enough to understand where I was at politically," or something like that. Friedrich Marx, I consume the watchfrogs. I repent for the consuming. Okay, you spelled consuming with C-U-M. I don't know, appreciate that. Aaron, you ever have buyer's remorse at the watchfrogs? Oh yeah, I've had plenty of buyer's remorse. I haven't spoken to him in 5 years because he's a jerk. Well, I have to tell me about that later, Cappy Lover. But Aaron, one of my worst consumer moments, I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again because it's so funny, and I can look back and laugh now. But I drive a motorcycle now, but before that, I still have it. But I have a Jaguar XF just sitting in my car on a battery tender. I bought that as an impulse buy, thinking it would make me look cooler than I already am, thinking it would get me laid, thinking it would get me chicks, get me attention. It gave me a little bit of attention, but throughout my life, I've never gotten laid because of the money that I had, the phone that I had, or the car that I drove. I bought an expensive vehicle and I wasted a lot of money. Money that could have been used to buy a condo, to get further in life. Instead, I consumed Jaguar product. I bought that as a way to get revenge on my mother. She got sick. She got so sick. And I took over her car payments. I was driving her car around. She didn't work anymore. She was recovering from cancer treatment and shit. She survived, by the way. Bless the Lord. And then one day she's like, "I'm going to California. I'm bouncing." I was like, "But Ma, I work at Tesla. I have a hard job. I need this car. I will not have any transportation." She said, "Fuck you. I'm going to California. Not my problem." I'm like, "You know what, you fucking bitch? I'm not going to pay your goddamn car payments anymore. I'm not going to help you with the insurance. I ain't going to help you with the maintenance. I'm going to get my own car. And you know what? Don't fucking ask me for anything ever again. Have fun in California." I didn't see her for months. Many months later, she sees me pulling up in the Jaguar XF, scarlet red, beautiful. And I'm like, you know, as great as it made me feel at the time, fucking insurance is pretty expensive, I thought to myself. My monthly payments were not that expensive. They were like $300. And it got lower and it got lower. And dude, I paid it off very quickly. But dude, it was like 60 grand. That was one of my greatest regrets in life, is buying a car. Had I not been a little bitch, I would have gotten a motorcycle instead. Saved myself the money. Bought me a few condos, rent them out, live that ghetto fabulous life. But for those listening, just heed my warning. Do not consume product. Do not make emotional purchases. Now, here's a rule that I live by. If there's something I want that's kind of expensive and not like a super necessity, I sit in it. And I give myself 2 weeks to cool off. I got to let that consumer boner like get flaccid, right? If I'm still thinking about something 2 weeks, I'm like, you know what? I think I want it. Then I will consume the product. And that has generally saved me a lot of money. Let's see what we got here. Oh my God, we got Cappy Lover. He is a J hater. Oh no, not one of those. Let's see what you don't want to hear about it. Oh, no, I do want to hear about it. I just don't know if you want to post that in the comment section. Aaron, LOL. So you did something about the battery just sitting in there? Good. Yes, Rookie. The battery has been always well maintained. The vehicle has always been well maintained. Can't blame him. Jewish star. God damn it, Sam Dog. I spell it that way because watching the watchfrogs is in my DNA. Yes, green. Please consume and support the green skins. Aaron, any new X stories? No new X stories. Well, no, nothing that I feel like I'm not gonna share anything like that right now. I remember there were some crazy ones you have. Oh, I know. Owning nice cars is a huge expense. You actually need to be somewhat rich to flex comfortably, insurance, maintenance, etc. Yeah, you're right, Sam Dog. And I was making decent money working at Tesla, but again, I was a young guy. Again, I made good money working in baking. I made even better money working in politics, and I was making decent money working at Tesla. Again, I was not rich. I was not well off. I was doing okay. And I honestly should not have spent that money. If I can go back in time, I would have stopped myself from purchasing that car. I would have tried to negotiate with my mother. I would have tried to make peace with her. I would have worked it out. Instead, I got angry and I yelled at her. And she went off. I went off. And I didn't see her for a long time. And, I was happy with the car. The car never, gave me too much trouble or really any trouble at all. Except this one time I ran over some nails and I had to replace one of those expensive Pirelli tires. That kind of sucked. Cars are for transportation. I don't drive any of the cars I own. They are all driven by my mates to reduce cost of living. It's sad, not good. You work in No, I do not work in politics anymore. I used to. I thought you were an electrician. I am an electrician, but I used to work in politics. All right, so we all got it out of our systems. We consumed lots of things. And we need to repent, or we're going to end up like those little kids bullying other people. And a magician and a puppeteer. Yes, Rookie, I am a magician, or I was a magician and a puppeteer. I was an ex-banker. I was like a retail banker, not like, oh yeah, I'm over here on, Wall Street and, I'm doing shit. No, it wasn't anything like that. Like people would come into the bank and I would reconcile their accounts. I would process transactions. I would maintain and, fix the ATM. I did fraud prevention. I did all kinds of stuff. I dropped 1G on some protection. That's about it. I only consume once every few years. That's a good one. Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. What you mean by protection, I'm going to assume it involves the Second Amendment. You've been around the block. You really are the GOAT. Guess those mistakes guided the way. Def did a lot of good. You live, you learn. Yo, Sam Dog, I did learn. And a screenwriter and a retard. Yes, I am most definitely those two things, Rookie. I'm actually, all right. Yeah, I'm actually converting my screenplays into actual books, into audiobooks, which is why I got this new microphone. I promised Jack Morgan, we made a pact, we made an agreement. The book, for the most part, the book's done, but I want it like actually done before the summer or around the time summer begins. And a good looking fella. Don't forget, yeah, too. Thanks, Friedrich Marx. I appreciate it. All right, guys. We got the consuming stuff out of the way. Oh, yeah, he got the tism. Oh, yeah, I saw the Sunday show. You look nice. I was really surprised. Oh, thank you, Rookie. Rookie, why are you being so nice? I don't like this. It's not what I'm used to. I want the mean Rookie, not the... You guys giving me all these compliments. Dude, you guys are giving me... all this, confidence to go talk to that girl tomorrow. I told you the girl at the craft store, the little cute cashier. All right, I was going to go see her last week, but some bad shit happened. All right, story time. All right, so there was a water leak in my water heater. It wasn't that bad. It was relatively tame. And so no real world damage, but it obviously had to be replaced and it needed to be replaced quickly. So I called this company up. I'm like, yo, shit's fucked up. Shit's leaking. Help. I'm like, can you come right now? We can come right now. And I'm like, okay, they're going to come in the afternoon. They call me back. We can actually be there within like 40 minutes. Done. Get here. Very straightforward. He's like, yeah, this water heater was not installed properly. It's old. It wasn't properly maintained. I'm like, well, fuck me. He's like, $1,900 to replace the whole thing and it'll be fixed. And I'm like, can you do it today? Can you do it now? He's like, Yeah, no problem. Just got to go do this, got to do that. Got to go to Lowe's really quick and I'll come back. Done. I give him my card because I'm not a fucking chump. Guy says he's going to do work for me. I'll pay him the money. You do the work for me. And it's like a legit company, not like some illegal alien I pulled off the street. So I give him the money. I pay it up. I go back inside. You know, he's doing his thing. I go out and check up on him, see if he needs anything, see if everything's good. And then it is. I have a bunch of questions. He's answering every single one of them. And, you know, he leaves for like 40 minutes and then he comes back with my new water heater. It's a little bit bigger. No big deal. I paid for it. And he installs it. Everything's on the up and up. It's like, it's a lot of fucking money, but you know, whatever, man. Could have been worse. So I'm about to go to bed and I see the $1,900 charge. And then I see two other charges from Lowe's, one for $800 and something and another for $600 and something. I was home the entire day, so I couldn't go out and go meet with the girlie and get the materials that I needed for Vito's puppet. So I'm just like, oh man. So I couldn't go to bed and I had work the next day because I was so fucking pissed. So it's early in the morning. I clock in, you know, I was like, yo guys, I got to step out for a second. Got to make a really important phone call. So I called the company up. I was like, I need to speak with the manager. So I'm sounding like a Karen. I need to speak with the fucking manager. I need to speak with, like, you know, who fucking runs the company. Here's what's happening. So I basically explained the story to them. So the woman calls me back. The boss lady calls me back. She was nice. She's like, what's going on? Like, I hear what you said, but run it through me again. I'm like, okay, great. So I tell her what's up. She's like, all right, I get what you're saying. We checked the GPS on the truck. The driver didn't go there to that Lowe's. Okay. And she's like, we only charge you the $1,900. And I'm like, well, here's the deal. I'm going to dispute the charges, and I'm letting you know that I'm going to dispute the charges, and this is not going to be a problem. Right? She's like, right. That's not us. Like, and I told her, it's like, I'm an electrician. I go to a house, someone says, I want these 3-way switches installed. $250. Done. If it's straightforward, there's no issues, $250. Now, that's all I'm going to charge them. And if I had to travel to, like, I don't know, pick up like a fucking faceplate or something, I don't take the client's billing information or their banking information and make charges on their behalf. I pay for everything on my account. And she said, that's exactly how we do it. Good. So when I dispute these charges, you guys are going to fuck with me? She said no. And I was like, look, the guy who came, nice fella. I didn't get bad vibes from him, but I don't believe in coincidences. He said he was going to Lowe's right before I go to bed. Unknown to me, charges were made at Lowe's in person, according to my mobile app. So I call my bank and I dispute the charges. And they were all, dude, they refunded me everything. They gave me a new card. They overnighted it. They took care of me. And I guess law enforcement is involved now. Lowe's is not a clothing store. It's a hardware store. It's a hardware store. They fucked me. And I mean, it was just so inconvenient because I had to pay my motorcycle insurance. I had to pay my HOA. And I mean, I have like actual money, but I pay for everything with a credit card in the event that someone tries to fuck me over. Man. Oh, man. I was, dude, like for the longest time, I was like, I'm never going to get a fucking, credit card. Fuck credit cards. Like, oh, bunch of, usury, blah, blah, blah. But if I used my debit card, they would have taken so much money. I mean, like, look, most people can't even afford a $400 emergency charge. Imagine someone took out all that money and I wasn't able to cover it. Now I wouldn't be able to pay up my bills. I wouldn't be able to pay for anything. I'd be fucked. But I used a credit card and I have protections, but my life is inconvenience and I feel betrayed. And that's why I didn't see that girl last week, because I was at home watching this guy work, and I had my dogs with me too. So then of course I was just fucking tired, man. I was wiped. The whole experience was just sour because I wanted to detail my motorcycle. I wanted to go see the girlie, but I couldn't. Oh, where I am, Lowe's is a clothing store for working men. We have a place called Bunnings for hardware. Yeah, I've heard of Bunnings before. No, we have a bunch of like the established hardware stores in the United States: Harbor Freight, Ace Hardware Store, Home Depot, Lowe's. I mean, there's a handful of other ones like in other parts of the country, but I don't really remember them off the top of my head. So yeah, man. Yeah, Cap. I mean, it was like over like $1,300 worth of charges that I did not make. I didn't even go out that day because I was just so sour about it. All right, so we are giving you what you are owed to be told nice, truthful things. Oh, thank you, Freedom Mars. Let's see. That sob, I knew where this was going. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I called my father and I was letting him know what happened. He was laughing his ass off. I'm like, it's not funny. It fucking sucks. There's a few different Lowe's groceries. One, two, the Home Depot, like Lowe's is the biggest. So yeah. All right. Well, back to the human event story. What else have we got here? Let's see. Scream actress Melissa Barrera joins disruptive anti-Israel rally at Sundance. Yeah, wasn't this the woman who ended up losing her job because she was like anti-Israel and shit? Let's see. An anti-Israel march that included Scream actress Melissa Barrera interrupted the Sundance Film Festival on Sunday, holding up traffic as Hollywood elite attended movie premieres and parties nearby. Barrera, 33 years old, who appeared in Scream, I don't even know how to read that Roman numeral, I think what is 6, but was fired from the 7th Scream film over her controversial remarks on the war, joined the hours-long protest midway through as it choked the city's historic Main Street and delayed festival goers making their way to and from events. Barrera was let go from the horror flick. Oh yeah, so we all know how that played out. Yeah, so she was she was a protagonist in Scream 6. And yeah, dude, she's still at it. She will probably never work in Hollywood ever again because of the stunt. However, myself, I am a big ally to Israel and support the state and the two-state solution. So please hire me as a writer. I disavow Melissa Barrera and anybody in Hollywood who is protesting against the existence of Israel. All right, anyways, what else do we have? Oh, wait, let's catch up with the AP really quick. Where are we at? Oh, it's still... Hold on, where's my F5 button? All right, we're still at 54%, 91% reporting in. Oh my God, just 9 more percent, just 9 more points. Can Trump make it at exactly 55 as I predicted? I mean, it's like statistically, it's literally 55% if you just generously round just a hair over to the right. But I want to see the 55% figure. We'll see if we get there by the end of the show. All right. Lizzo was a new kind of diva. Yeah, a fat one. Now she's in a new kind of scandal as a lawsuit against her reveals our expectations of modern stars have changed. Oh God, what's this new scandal? Before she decided to sue Lizzo for sexual harassment, assault, and a number of other offenses earlier this year, the backup dancer, Ariana Davis, wondered if she was blowing her concerns with her work environment out of proportion. Touring with the widely beloved obese rapper and singer, she had witnessed some bizarre things. A lawsuit she filed with 2 other dancers includes the words bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas. That actually sounds like a good time. More on that in a bit. Lizzo has denied all the allegations. Well, yeah, of course, she's going to. Oh, what? There's a paywall? Well, never mind, guys. We're not going to hear more about bananas protruding from the vaginas of other Lizzo performers. Davis was voicing a common idea. Some kind of artist can't help but make the people around them feel a bit like trash. The term diva has long been tinged with misogyny and awe. And rather than grow obsolete with the progress of pop culture feminism over the years, it has only become more relevant. Today, I have a book out called On Divas, focus on soloists, mostly women, who voice their desires in ways that cause spectacle and controversy. Well, we can't read the rest of this, but yeah, I guess we'll never know. This is not a new allegation. Bananas protruding from the performers of vaginas? Ooh. Fat women. Fat, stinky women. Ghetto women. Doing nasty things to these fruits. You know, they should probably be eating them. They wouldn't be so fucking fat and disgusting. They can revert to normal sexual things instead of these hideous perversions because of how grotesque they are. Disgusting. Well, the show must go on. I'm not gonna fucking pay to read the Atlantic's horseshit. All right. Let's see. Laughing at the bank like ha ha ha. Rest in piss, bozo. Let's see. What do we got here? Long enough bedtime now. Good night, homies. Have a good night, Gustavo Sanchez. Thank you for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Salute, Gus. Let's see. Freedom Mars. I am anti-Israel because I am anti-Nazi. I have agreement established. The state, AH, really was a true Zionist. I don't know what that means. Disavow. Smoking that Nikki Curry pack. Shit. Since when do you support Israel? Cappy lover, don't you ever ask me that question. Laughing to the bank like, ha ha ha, rest in peace, bozo. My queen Lizzo is being attacked. All she did was fat shame the whole whales. Don't attack the queen. Yeah, dude, she's so unbelievably fat. She's fatter than Vito Giswaldi of the Biggest Problem in the Universe show, which is pretty embarrassing to think about, you know, because, like, you know, Vito's like a fat nerd. It's like, dude, he weighs less than Lizzo. Look, I support peace, Cappy lover. I'm pro peace, and I support Israel's right to exist in that manner, and I don't hate anybody. It's complicated. It's convoluted. Anyways, the UFOs are back in the news. So we got shadow aliens in Miami. We had the UFO, or I guess aliens literally running around in Vegas. And now we got these hot pink UFO whizzes past Poland-bound airplane. Flight attendant video shows. All right, here we go. Let's turn the audio on. I don't see any aliens. Yeah, guys, I'm not seeing a single alien. I'm not seeing any UFOs. Holy shit, this is retarded. All right, run that back really quickly. All right, so we're not gonna see any UFOs. This video sucks. People who keep wasting my time with these fucking stupid ass UFO videos. Oh wait, there they are. Yeah, that's nothing, dude. That's probably like some kid's drone or something, just flying in the air like that. Oh, I wonder what that could be. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. But what we should be mindful of. Hold, let me pause it really quick. Look at the planet, dude. Is it just me, or is the Earth looking kind of flat, you know? Yeah, let's run that back really quick. Look at this. Dude, it's looking kind of flat to me. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything, you guys, but those flat earthers might have a point. You know, again, I'm not trying to start a fight or anything, you know? I'm just saying, you know, the Earth be looking kind of flat. Earth be looking kind of flat to me. I don't know. Like, they're like, oh, dude, look at these UFOs. Dude, they're trying to distract us. All right, new PSYOP just dropped. They're trying to distract us from the fact that the Earth be looking hella fucking flat. And they're like, oh, well, look at these UFOs. And I'm like, dude, look how fucking flat everything is. Dude, that Earth is flat. But I digress. All right, so here's a more clear picture of the UFOs on the screen. Here, can we zoom in on that? No, it's even worse. Yeah, they look like pink onion rings, just kind of floating around. Dude, more than likely, these are probably like some LEDs behind the person filming with their shitty iPhone, and it's like behind them. I don't know. I'm not convinced that these are legitimately UFOs. All right, hold on. We got a bunch of comments here. I got to read them. Let's see. Lizzo is so fat when two dudes pork her, they don't even meet. Yeah, dude, Lizzo is so fat, she wears 2 watches on each arm. One for each time zone. Oh! Lizzo shamed Vito to lose weight. Queen Lizzie saved Vito's life. Well, not yet. He still has like 100, like 200 more pounds to go. If you think the Earth is flat, you're oh my God. Look, Cappy Lover. Did I say the Earth is flat? No, I did not say that. Again, I'm not trying to start a fight with anyone. I'm just saying Earth be looking kind of flat, guys. I want to see gorilla emojis in the chat if you think the Earth be looking pretty flat. I'm just saying, like, this is what I see. I'm not saying the Earth is flat. I'm not doing that. But look, my eyes don't lie. My eyes aren't lying to me. You know? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Those are horrible emojis, rookie. I disavow. Yeah, like what even is this supposed to be? Dude, people will shame me for saying that the moon landing is fake, but then they'll like post shit like this, like on Facebook or Boomer Book or like Twitter. They're like, oh my God, dude, 2024 is the year. Shut up. Shut up. All right, what is this? Let's see. Culture Crave. Stephanie Tyler Jones calls out creepy Spider-Man fans. She was the face of model for Mary Jane in the Insomniac games. We got to move on to more pop culture stuff. I appreciate the love for my role in the Spider-Man games. Over the weekend, some followers crossed boundaries. One even went to the extent of calling my workplace and leaving multiple voicemails, which is unacceptable and considered stalking. I came into work this morning and immediately felt unsafe and uncomfortable hearing those voicemails. Please respect that I am a human being trying to make a living just like you, and I kindly ask for boundaries to not be crossed. Why the fuck are nerds attacking this woman? I'm not reading all that shit. Here, let me read some of these comments here. Some people need to have their access to the internet revoked. Don't care. Here, let me see if I can find the username or a post of a username from somebody that I know. If only she looked like the video game version of herself, no one would bother her. Is that what this is about? They don't like the model of the character, so they're just being mean to her? I don't know. Somebody help me explain this. I say this for a reason. I think one of the Geeks and Gamer grifter nerds were attacking this woman, and they're like, "Oh, dude, you gotta watch this. You gotta read this." And I'm just like, okay. There's a pattern of PlayStation fans harassing models and voice actors happened during the TLOU 2. Forspoken, now Spider-Man. These people need a good slap in the face from reality. Disavow violence. I disavow that, but perhaps they're correct. She was Mary Jane? Damn. Those virgins living with mom in their 30s really need to get out more. Yeah, so why are they attacking her? Is it really because of the model of this character? God, men are pathetic. Leave hoes alone. Yeah. Let's see. This whole mess would have been fixed if fans just looked up what her face looked like in her Instagram account and found out she had a car accident and had a jaw surgery. But no, they had to make a fake conspiracy that Insomniac reworked her face and now they're harassing her. Oh, that's pretty mean. Yeah. So I recall they were harassing this woman because of the face. Let me see if we can zoom in on this picture. Nope, can't zoom in. Oh yeah, I can. Enhance. All right. So this is what she wrote. I appreciate the love for my role in the Spider-Man games and the positive response to my version of MJ has gotten over the years. However, I am no longer an actively auditioning actor or model. The shoots I do now are purely a creative outlet for myself and a way to collaborate with friends I love. Over the weekend, some followers crossed boundaries. One even went to the extent of calling my workplace and leaving multiple voicemails, wanting to speak with me and requesting I call back, which is unacceptable and considered stalking. My skincare page is not for Spider-Man or MJ fans. Bottom line is that I came into work this morning and immediately felt unsafe and uncomfortable hearing those voicemails. Please respect that I am a human being trying to make a living just like you, and I kindly ask for boundaries not to be crossed. Messages will not be answered. I will block you, and if you make me feel uncomfortable, you can unfollow me if this disappoints you. Yeah, dude, this is, again, consume culture is out of control. As Friedrich Marx puts it, the hoes need to be left alone. No, I take that back. She's not a hoe. She's probably a very nice lady. Yeah, I'm not seeing any like screenshots of like previous posts. Oh my fucking God. Ugh! I just saw something inappropriate on Twitter. I apologize for that. Anyways, moving on. What else do we have here? Also in pop culture news, journalist who tried to cancel Novak Djokovic over not taking COVID's pharmaceutical product collapses and dies while covering Australian Open. Yeah, multiple outlets have already posted this, and yeah, it sucks to suck, man. I mean, look, I'm not gonna pretend to like be upset or sad. Again, a lot of these corona narcs, I feel like God will punish you for promoting evil, for promoting poison. And yeah, rest in piss, bozo. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Sam Dog, Rip Harambe, Air July Chicken. Yeah, dude, chickens are allowed in the chat. Chickens, frogs, gorillas. Let's see, my poor eyes. Journalistic pack. I know, right? All right. Oh God. All right. More fear mongering. Again, I reject the moon landing narrative, but people are like, oh my God, dude, it's gonna be like The Walking Dead. Ancient zombie virus trapped in Arctic ice could unleash deadly new pandemic. Tangible threat. Doubt it. The melting Arctic ice permafrost could unleash ancient zombie viruses and trigger a catastrophic global health emergency. Concerned scientists said, dude, I'm all for it. I want to live in a Walking Dead-like scenario. I want to, fucking just goon out with my goons, just terrorize people on our motorcycles in the apocalypse, and punish my enemies for the hell they put us through, and fighting zombies at the same time. It sounds like a blast. Not even against it. Why would you allow Gorilla when you're talking about Air July? Oh, whoa, Cappy Lover. Whoa. You're the one correlating Gorilla with Air July. I didn't even think about Air July. A lot of kidney issues have popped up recently in the fully immune and boosted population. Yeah. An even bigger issue is they're just collapsing and dying. Conspiracies are all fun and games. So Alex Jones says he has the documents. I know, right? As soon as Alex Jones says like what's really going on, then shit hits the fan like 2 months later. And it's like, oh, great. All right, so where are we at? 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans found frozen to death outside of home of friend who had no knowledge bodies were there. Lawyer. All right, so more than likely we got a situation of a bunch of drug addicts. Is there a crime here? Let's find out. The 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans were found frozen to death in the backyard of the friend's home where they had gathered to watch a game, but the homeowner is insisting he had no knowledge that their bodies had possibly been there for 2 days. You didn't leave his house for 2 days? You knew your friends were coming. You didn't bother to check in. The bodies of David Harrington, Ricky Johnson, and Clayton McGinney were found on the evening of January 9th after the fiance of one of the men requested a welfare check, Kansas City police told Fox Digital. Dude, this story is insane. Yeah, dude, these people were like on hard drugs for sure. One man's body was found on the back porch of the NW Northwest 83rd Terrace home, while the other 2 were discovered in the backyard. But Jordan Willis, the man who was renting the home, had no knowledge that his friends were freezing to death on his property after they had watched Kansas City take on the LA Chargers in the last game of NFL regular season play on January 7th, police said. First and foremost, this case is 100% not being investigated as a homicide, Kansas City Police Captain Jake Bushina said. Yeah, because these people were all on drugs. There have not been any arrests or charges, and no one is in custody. There are no specific threats or concerns for the surrounding community at this time. The residents at the house was cooperative with detectives the day the deceased were discovered. Kansas City police did not immediately respond to a request from the Post about why the men may have declined to seek shelter or if they were under the influence of stayed in the low 30s before plummeting into the teens on the following afternoon. Family and friends of the victims took to social media to lambast Willis. This man was inside his home alive while my friends were dead in his yard for Lord knows how long. Kaylee Latier wrote in a Facebook post earlier this month. They were all hanging out since after the game Sunday. He knew people were looking for them. He read messages of people searching for him on Tuesday. My husband banged on his door for 20 minutes, Latier continued. My friend banged on his door and then busted a window and yelled and announced her presence while she's inside and still nothing from him. Then the cops come 10 minutes later and he comes out nonchalant in his boxers with an empty wine glass in hand. Nothing is adding up. Dave, Clay, and Ricky need and deserve justice. John Pasterno, an attorney representing Willis, said his client had no idea his friends were dead until police knocked on his door. Pasterno said his client was sleeping with headphones on next to a loud fan when people came looking for his friends and didn't see a message from one of their wives until after police contacted him. The man did not think it was unusual for his friends to have left their cars there overnight, according to the outlet. What the fuck? maybe if they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get an Uber, then maybe that would make sense. But you wouldn't think to yourself like, hey, it's been like 2 days. Where are you guys? You guys aren't getting your cars. So these are the victims. I mean, they don't look like they do drugs, but I could be wrong. I mean, a lot of people are good at hiding it. Like the rest of us, Willis is anxiously awaiting the results of the autopsy and toxicology report. Paterno told the Kansas City Star, on behalf of the Willis and his family, we wish to express our deepest sympathies to the friends and family members of these young men, and our thoughts and prayers are with them. Yeah, see, if no drugs are involved, what happened was they drank too much, they consumed sports ball, cuckaball, they consumed pizza, and then they fell into a food coma and died in the backyard. That's my prediction, if there's no foul play. But there's a lot of variables here, and a lot of things just aren't adding up. It was amazing to see this room filled with all of his friends chanting, David, 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 especially every touchdown, she wrote. I loved all the pic slideshows and stories. It was an amazing party full of people who truly loved David. Wow. R.I.P. Is that real? 27? That doesn't sound American. Yeah, it was negative 27. Yeah, negative 27 last week in KC. Oh, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, it gets it gets unbelievably cold in certain parts of the States. Like, I mean, especially when there's like a cold snap. Let's see. I bet the fat shots drunk themselves till they passed out, and due to the booze, they froze in their sleep. Cuckball, I'm stealing that. Yeah, dude, you should. I mean, it is cuckball. I mean, dude, like, you're a fucking cuck if you watch that shit. Like, again, like, if you enjoy sports, like, whatever, man. But, like, you know, they bring out all these fucking Magic Americans. They're doing the stupid, the fake national anthem. You know, they're all bending the fucking knee. They're shitting on cops. They're shitting on Trump. You know, they're promoting diversity. Like, fuck that. Like, nah, I got better shit to do. Rest in piss, Queefs fans. Oh, Sam Dog, bringing in the hate. Pound Stable, I got the documents. I know, right? Let's see. Eric July, emoji. Whoa, Cappy Lover. Whoa. Disavow. Conspiracy. Okay, I read that one. Okay. Well, let's see what else we got going on. Oh, yeah, great news. Grand jury indicts Alec Baldwin in fatal shooting of cinematographer on movie set. So Andrew Branca of Law Self-Defense did a pretty decent video on this. And he's always maintained that at the very least, manslaughter. The dude absolutely deserves to be in prison. Now, according to Andrew Branca, for the manslaughter charge that he's going to receive, it's going to be about 18 months in prison, maybe less, since he doesn't really have a history of criminality. So we might not really see justice for Helena Hutchins, the cinematographer who was shot in the heart. Yeah, he's likely going to get away with it. I predict he might get away with this just because of the clout, just because of, or maybe the jury's just not going to have patience with them, and they're going to be like, you know what, let's hold this entitled douchebag accountable. I don't know which way this is going to go. However, he certainly eliminated one of the primary defenses for reducing his liability or being held accountable. I think if he was going to suggest that this was like a legitimate accident, he needed to have not known that the prop gun was real. But after the shooting, he did admit to two female detectives that he knew that the guns were very dangerous and that they were real and they needed to be handled in a certain way. So he's fucked. He talked to these cops without a lawyer because he thinks he's better than everybody else. But really he's a dumbass. And the best we can hope for is him being found guilty and going to jail around the same time Pussy Smollett goes to jail for the 155 days or whatever. What else do we got here? All right, so another crime news. The teacher beaten unconscious by a 270-pound student over a Nintendo Switch tells the Post he spat in her face and called her a whore. Let's hear what she has to say. Oh, what the hell was
that? To think that they left me for dead. Like, to think that they left me for dead. They let him come at me multiple times. They didn't render me any aid or any protection. Like, Flagler schools and Flagler County sheriffs failed me that day. Absolutely failed me that day. I believe it was like up to 30 years, whether it's a combination of whatever. group homes, whatever, jail. He definitely needs to be in jail. He needs to be in jail for what he did to me.
Yeah, this teacher gained a lot of weight. But, I mean, dude, she got real fucked up. Zoom in on this. Yeah, so here's a teacher. Yeah, she looked a lot thinner. So she's been out of work, in and out of hospitals. Dude, this kid was almost 300 pounds. I mean, he still weighs less than Lizzo, but 270 pounds, that's a lot. Tall motherfucker. He was probably being disruptive, a disruptive Magic American, just playing his fucking Nintendo Switch, soying out. The teacher takes it away from him. He slams her shit to the ground, pummeling her, calling her a whore, spitting in her face. And, yeah, dude, he's facing 30 years in prison. He could have easily killed this woman. This woman, obviously significantly smaller, doesn't look like she can fight or put up a fight. She's got no chance, dude. It's like going up against a bear and you're armed with like a wiffle bat or something. Like, you're done. And this is what he looks like. I mean, dude, this guy is a kid. This is like a 17, 16-year-old dude. He looks like he's like 40. With two of her children in the district, the position allowed her to remain close to them throughout the day while also earning a living. Nadich first encountered Deepa, an autistic teen, in January 2022. In a special needs classroom, she provided assistance to the primary teacher, ensuring Deepa and his classmates made it to their various destinations throughout the day. Deepa, who was adopted as a young kid, so Deepa is the criminal here, who was adopted as a young child and then sent to live in a group home, came across to her as an intelligent but troubled teen. When agitated, he would pelt her and other staffers with epithets. So he would insult them. All right. Usually some variant of the term bitch. Okay, so he sounds like me. But for more than a year, she never sensed any physical threat from her student. He would try to intimidate, she said. But during that school year, it never got to the point where he became violent. It was just verbal. All right, so there's no pattern to be concerned with. There's no pattern of behavior that would suggest that he would attack them. So they felt like, oh, well, he's just being rambunctious, whatever. All right, interesting. So when calm, Deepa would flash an advanced intellect, showing enough self-control to attend a computer class with the general education students at Matanzas High School. Video games, as Nick would soon learn, were his consuming passion. Again, consuming, guys. The culture of consuming claimed the life of this youth, this young man. The school to prison pipeline is real, and it is because of the consumer culture. Other than him being outwardly defiant, I didn't notice that there was anything wrong with him, she said. He was a normal kid. Deepa would bristle if Nadich inquired about his classroom performance, telling his teacher to stop spying on his school file. That's a legitimate concern, actually. But on other occasions, the towering teen and the diminutive teacher would discuss his college prospects and a potential future in computers. Nadich told him about Bethune Cookman University, a historically black college in nearby Daytona Beach. Yeah, just send him off to be with this kind. That's kind of racist. She recalled pursuing college flyers with Deepa in an area just feet from where he would eventually assault her. So it seems like these people were very concerned with his future, and they were trying to steer him in the right direction. And this is how he repays her. The day that would vault Nadich into dark viral lore began routinely with her waiting for his van to arrive from the group home. Deepa's bus privileges had been revoked after a fight with another student. Okay, so again, a fight with a student. What kind of fight? Is this a physical fight? Because this would run contrary to what was said earlier. He arrived in a disgruntled state, annoyed that he had to wait for other students assigned to Nadich to arrive before they could go to the cafeteria for breakfast. Deepa told her that he hadn't been given dinner the previous night. He was agitated, she said, but no more agitated than usual. After eating, Deepa went to his regular special needs class. His main teacher, Nadich, said she would allow him to use his Nintendo Switch if he completed his academic task. As was customary, she then walked with him to his next class, a general education course on cybersecurity. Nadich noted that he had a substitute, and she explained to the teacher that she would sit off to the side and monitor Dippa in case he needed assistance. The substitute shot a glance at Nadich after Dippa pulled out his gaming device and distracted some of the other students. So this is what I suggested, that he was being disruptive in the class. The paraprofessional asked him to put it away, and he obliged. And he produced it again toward the end of the period, prompting another look of annoyance from the substitute, hoping to avoid the issue. Okay, so we read most of that. Where's the ass whooping at? Dippa realized Nadich had informed her what happened in the prior class, and Dippa's volcanic temper began to bubble. That's when he started calling me names. Nadich said, bitch, whore, this and that. I grabbed my backpack and my sweatshirt, and I got up to leave the class. The energy changed in there. I just wanted to remove myself from it. I didn't want to get into it with him. Dippa then approached Nadich and spat in her face as she moved to the door. I can still feel it, she said, running her hand down the side of her face. Ugh, disgusting. Nadich then turned to open the door, her final memory before blinking into consciousness in the hospital. Her son, then a senior at the school, had been sitting in a nearby classroom as his mother was attacked. The stunned teen was pulled from his classroom, told of what happened, and rode with Nadich in an ambulance to the emergency room. Dude, that's a horrible thing to put a fucking kid through. Saddled with ongoing medical and psychological complications, Nadich said she is still battling with the school district for adequate workers' compensation. Dude, this is absolute insanity. I remember reading that part. I was angry, she said, of her treatment in the wake of the incident. It's not like I faked my injury. It's on video. They all know what happened to me. This is something of a magnitude, the viciousness that has never happened in this county. I expected more from my employer, from my county, than to be treated like some person who faked a fall. A judge will decide Dippa's fate on January 31st. Guys, we're going to be following the story. We got a few more days until the month is over. We got to follow up what's going on with those cuckball enjoyers, and we got to see what's going to happen with Dippa. He already pleaded guilty and faces a term of anywhere between probation and 30 years behind bars. Look, 30 years behind bars, fuck, man. If it was like my mom, I'd want him to get 30 years, but it's like some, a school teacher, I don't know. So, yeah, dude, kids like this, I don't know, man. He's like autistic and shit. I don't know. What do you guys think? What should be Dippa's fate? Maybe, dude, I'm torn, man. Honestly, don't know. Dippa supporters assert his dysfunctional childhood and mental defects should mitigate his term, while others, including Nadich, say he is undeserving of the court's mercy. Currently on leave with no income from her former job, Nadich is relying on a GoFundMe campaign that had raised $136,000 as of Thursday. Oh man, yeah, guys, I'm legitimately torn as to what should be done. Again, if it was my mom, I would want the 30 years, but it's not. So I'm trying to look at this objectively. But even then, a part of me is also like, I don't think there's any hope for this kid. I don't think there's any future for this kid. He's mentally unbalanced. He's a loose cannon. Even at a young age, he could have easily killed this woman had there not been intervention from the other people in the video. I can't play the video or the channel's gonna get banned. I'd say I bet the fat shots. Oh, hold on, I gotta scroll down. We had an angry football coach that threw a desk at a Magic American kid once. Funny. Let's see. Rookie also replies, I can't be loved because of his skin and how he behaves. Ouch. Rookie, oh my God, you do magic for him. Send him a card trick. Please, please. Yeah. I don't want anything to do with Dippa, because if I piss him off, then he's going to come after me whenever he gets out of prison. I'll be an old man by then. I do wonder if any of the slurs he called her were factually wrong, but I think the slurs were Prob's correct observations. Friedrich Marx to disavow. Sam Dog, cookball. I am torn, jail or a medal. I bet she votes the way I wouldn't like. Look, if she's a registered Democrat and she votes the way that we think she does because she's a public school employee, maybe I'll have sympathy. But for the kid, for Dippa, for young Dippa, but nah, dude, Savages gotta go. They gotta go. Can't allow this. Can't allow it. The kids are not all right. Look at this dude. Look at it, dude. He looks like a fucking man, dude. He doesn't even look like a teen anymore. All right, what else do we got? All right, we gotta get into some finance stuff. What is this? She is unwittingly a part of the problem. All social work is non-productive. Make work created by the state that's a drain on productive citizens, making everyone poorer. She needs to do more thinking and less mindless brain. All right, well, let's see what she has to say. This video from TikTok is only 59 seconds long.
And I love social work. I'm super passionate about it. I'm super passionate about social services, but it's also completely demoralizing to have to literally look these clients in the eyes and say, yeah, you immigrated here for a better opportunity, but I don't fucking know if you're gonna fucking get it because not even Canadian citizens are getting it. You know what I mean? So the reality is nobody can afford life right now. Nobody knows what to do. And more people are immigrating here, and more money is, we're going into further debt. And it's like, I can't even afford my groceries, girl, and I'm working 40 hours a week, and I'm a single fucking income. And then I have clients who literally just like don't even have
She's
beds.
a single what? Single fucking what?
And then I have clients who literally just like don't even have beds. And I'm like, give my fucking client a fucking bed. The city of fucking Ottawa has me fucked up. If they think that I'm not gonna fucking yell at them because, oh my god, what the fuck are we doing?
Oh, you know what? We should just embrace communism, you guys, because the immigrants are sleeping on floors. Yeah, if you guys don't want to sleep on fucking floors, stay in the country that you came from. Yeah, dude, Canada sucks. America sucks. We don't have any fucking beds. Yeah, I'm a single fucking income. She's probably a single mom. Oh, let's look at that hand of hers. Is she? We got a ring on the finger. Yeah, she writes, I can't even afford my groceries, girl. Get a second job, you dumb bitch. Delete your TikTok. Get a second job. Stop sitting in the car crying. And it's just like, again, yeah, dude, like your country sucks. It's spending money it doesn't have for people who are non-citizens, and it's neglecting its own citizens and setting them up to fail. So yeah, the job that you have, your wages, again, you're competing with illegal labor. So your wages are not going to go up. If anything, they're going to go down eventually. And you're crying, demanding shit. It's like, yeah. No, dude, someone would call me, he's like, give me a fucking bed. We got little Pablito sleeping on the floor with his mijo. And it's like, okay, and he's like, bring me a fucking bed. Like, yeah, let me pull a bed out of my ass. There you go. Bye. Case resolved.
Stop. If they think that I'm not gonna fucking yell at them.
God, is she married? Dude, imagine being married to this. Dude, my fucking girlfriend or like wife was like, oh my god, dude, these fucking illegal aliens are sleeping on the floor. Oh, no one can afford food. I'm like, I want a divorce. I don't want to deal with this. I married a retard. Should have known better. Ugh. All right. All right, we got another woman in a car crying about the economy. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm not even going to read that. Let's just listen to what she has to say.
I have literally applied to over 100 jobs. Over 100 jobs. And I just like can't hear anything back. And if I hear anything back, unfortunately with other candidates, like, why are all of these places hiring but like won't fucking hire someone? Like, I genuinely don't understand how there's hundreds of jobs out there, but like I can't get one. Like, I don't really get how, like, where the disconnect is with that. Like, me and my boyfriend are trying to move to either New York or Colorado, and I get, like, the market in New York.
Yeah, these are the worst states, especially with illegal immigration. You really want to do that, sweetheart? I'm starting to think a lot of these libtards are really not that smart.
It's probably really competitive, but, like, I should not have to apply to over 100 jobs to be able to get a job. And I still don't even have a job. Like, I'm going to have to apply to fucking 100 more. Somehow, like, it's so frustrating, the market right now, and I just, like, don't know what to do. Guys.
Well, how do you vote?
How
do you vote, sweetheart? Yeah, whenever anybody gets online and starts complaining about like not having a good job, not making enough money, anything in between, how do you vote? Did you vote for the problems that we're stuck with at the current moment in time? I think I told you guys Sunday this girl was a single mom, asked for money, or she, not money, I lied. She asked for food, and I asked her, well, how do you, I wanted to help, but it's like I look at your cover photo. It's you're at a violent Black Lives Matter protest with a little tape over your mouth that said BLM. Did you vote for this? Because you got to live with the consequences. And of course I woke up and I had all these messages, but they deleted the post or whatever, so I didn't really get to read them. Oh, I'm so mad about that. Let's see. They could always go to New York City. There's a bunch of mattresses in the tunnel, right? Let's see. How many women failed that poor man? Well, he's not a man. He's a boy. Until he was in prison. Sad times. Well, he deserves to be in prison. What state was it? Oh, I don't remember. Shit. How are people so bad with money? Kids are not expensive, and you can consume less. That is true. There's $100 mattresses at Walmart. Has anyone noticed single fathers don't complain about the economy? Absolutely true. It's like they know what they are doing. No comment. A vote, whoever cuts my taxes. Lucky for me, all parties want to cut taxes. I always go for the cheap mattresses, but someone gave me a really great one, and oh my God, those cheap things are for dogs. Yes, when you consume a good mattress, it is amazing. It is life-changing. But yeah, I remember, like I had friends back during the Obama era. They'd be like, yeah, dude, I applied at 50 places and no one's calling me back. Oh man, I remember the hiring freezes. I mean, I remember like when I was well within Tesla, I was really established. And then of course I ended up fucking hating the job and I was trying to find a better one and it was like impossible to find one. And fortunately I did. I think the beginning of 2015 or at the end of 2014. I don't remember, but yeah, good times. All right, what else did we get? What else did we got? All right. So I guess we got to talk about the 304s. We got to talk about women and I guess men who belong to the streets. I was told to find a man or my son will end up in jail. This woman was clearly talking to Undead Chronic. It was Christmas Day, and like many other families, my relatives from far and wide came together for Christmas lunch. This year, an Uncle Bob, who I hadn't seen for quite a while, was in attendance, and along with some pretty crappy Christmas gifts. He brought a crappy attitude. First off, you ungrateful bitch. Beggars can't be choosers. It's the time of giving. Just be grateful someone thought about you and got you something. That's why your son's going to end up in jail. That's why he's going to end up in the system. Because you got a shit attitude and you're impressing this attitude onto his personality, his growing persona. While I knew Bob was notorious for his pretty traditional views on the world, I had never been too bothered by him before, and while I don't ever agree, his perspectives are usually pretty tame and easy to ignore, but not this year. You got a boyfriend? He asked. Whether it was the first time or whether it was the time that had passed since I saw him last, him getting older and perhaps more set in his ways, or the many stubbies he'd consumed post-lunch, this time his opinions, especially on one quite personal subject matter, were much more outrageous. As we sat around the outdoor area and I supervised my kids playing in the pool with their cousins, Bob sat down on the empty chair next to me and started to ask about my personal life, namely around my children's father and whether I had a boyfriend. When I told him no, that I was very much single and their dad was still totally absent from their lives, he looked me dead in the eye and told me something that I still can't quite believe. You better get yourself a man, or your son will end up behind bars, he said. Me as certain as a person can be about anything. When he said this, I thought I had misheard him. I mean, what the fuck does this even mean? My son in jail? Shit. When I said, excuse me, in response, thinking that he must have said the wrong thing or I misheard, he just repeated it again, but then added more detail. This point was extensive and took him a few solid minutes to explain, 2 minutes of which I wish had never transpired. In essence, I was told that raising kids as a single mom and not having their dad or a father figure in their lives is detrimental to their future and their mental health, that it causes behavioral problems and impacts how successful they will be. Her reaction is telling. She does not like the fact that for once in her life, someone is telling her the truth. Guys, the truth is hard to hear. I've been told the truth. I've had to tell uncomfortable truths, and it's always hard. It's hard to imagine that a little kid is going to end up in jail. But I mean, look at dude, she's rejecting reality. How is she going to prepare her kid or kids for the real world when she can't even be confronted by another adult, when it's just two adults having a conversation? Research shows that kids, especially boys, need a male influence or father figure to teach them accountability, and that those without one are more likely to get in trouble, go to jail, and fail in life. Sound familiar, you guys? He said not being an expert in even one factor of what he was saying. Dude, again, you don't need to have a fucking lab coat to make these claims credibly. Just look around you. Just observe reality and come to your own conclusions. You can also do your own research, which a lot of dorks tend to not like these days. But it's like, yeah, you raise a kid in a single parent household, shit gets fucked up. Not really knowing my parenting or my son at all, he then continued on with examples of every single mother household he knew of and how each of them had some kid who had, in his words, turned bad after the dad was out of the picture. He's just wrong about single moms. No, he's not. And again, I grew up in a single parent household. I know exactly what it's like. And again, this could have been me. I could have been in jail, could have been in prison, could have been dead, could have been on the streets with a needle in my arm. To say that this lecture was a lot to take in would be the biggest understatement. It was incredulous and insulting, infuriating, and above all, untrue. It's very true. It's very, very true. While I didn't want to make a scene at a family event, especially at Christmas with so many relatives in attendance, including my young children, it was difficult to hold back, and it took every part of my self-control not to respond with how I really felt. Oh, well, tell us how you really feel. Instead, I politely excused myself and relocated to a seat as far away as I could get from Bob and his bad attitude. Yeah, you tell the truth, you got a bad attitude. While I am glad that I didn't give him the satisfaction of a reaction or even any type of response to his clearly outdated views, no, you mean his very correct views, his comments have still stayed with me and continue to make my blood boil every time I think about them. They make you mad because they're true. Libtards get mad at me when I'm just like, yeah, I don't care if Biden wins because you retards are going to be drafted and I'm going to haul your ass over to the airplane that's going to ship you off to Israel. They're mad because they know they got duped. They know that they're wrong. They know that the election is rigged. And they know that they can't win that argument against people like myself. I mean, yes, I am a single mom raising two children, one who happens to be a boy, and no, their dad is not in their life, but that was a choice made by their father, and in my opinion, a positive decision for our family. Explain to me how it is a positive decision to have a child with a man who you think is best not to be in the picture. Explain that to me, lady. And no, I don't have a partner, nor do I want one right now, because I am not in the right place personally. Yeah, you haven't been in the right place personally for a very long time. But I don't think that this has had or is having any negative impact on my kids in the slightest. You know, you're not a doctor or a psychologist or whatever either. How could you say that? They are well-behaved, kind kids who do well at school and most of all are happy. That may very well be true too. Things might be all good in the hood, and then Bob was just being a dick. But her defensiveness, again, if she was not defensive or angry, like if what she said was true, this wouldn't be an article. I guess I can't 100% guarantee my son won't be in jail at some stage in the future. But I do know this: in the future, I'll be checking to see if Uncle Bob is attending any family events, and if he is, my tainted jailbird kids, and I won't be. Oh, yes, Uncle Bob is spot on, Bionic Man says. While this mom might be a different kind of mother, this little magic American male child can be swayed by his peers very easily. We know from what we're read, no, I wasn't there, that single parent moms' households are responsible for many of the children who end up in trouble, blah, blah, blah. I grew up without a dad at 72. I still have the emotional scars. Still, I'm not sure that a stepfather would have solved the problem. Well, in many instances, it does. But I feel like stepfathers are going to be mostly a thing of the past just because of the stigma around it in the internet culture. As much of a loving mother you may be, the children do need a father figure in their lives. Grandparent or Uncle Bob should assume the role. Oh, goodness. All right, let me read some of these comments. Woke up this morning on the front deck with my legs hanging down the stairs. It's no single parent household. It's single mothers. Data shows a single father is nearly as good as a two-parent household. Only thing possibly worse than a single mother is God, I can't read that. I think she felt like crying because she doesn't have a boyfriend and she didn't notice what was really happening. Rookie, you're probably right. That does make a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, the mom is coping. However, like if you're like offended, whatever, I mean, it should be a non-story. But I think the fact that this was written as a piece from Kid Spot suggests that there's an underlying issue going on in single-parent households. Again, I grew up in a broken home, and I mean, there were a lot of problems, man. There's a lot of problems. I was a bad kid. I was fairly more intelligent than even some of the honor roll and like AP students. It didn't reflect in the work that I produced because I just didn't give a fuck. They're like, oh, you got to pay attention. You can't be getting kicked out of school. It's going to be on your permanent record. I'm like, fuck a permanent record. What I did in high school, what happened in high school, as soon as I graduated, no one ever cared. No one ever brought it up. It was never a subject of any discussion in the future. I moved on. There's like a lot of people who like still like lived like want to relive like the glory days, or they're all nostalgic for the glory days of their high school. Like I had a really great time in high school. I had a really lovely time actually. I had a lot of friends. It was relatively normal given what was going on at home, among some other things. But it's generally pretty good. But after that, I'm like, who cares? Nobody cares. What else do we got here? All right, Megyn Kelly rips Jeff Bezos' fiance Lauren Sanchez's new see-through getup. She looks like a hooker. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, as of this moment, I guess the guy who runs Amazon, that website that sells cheap, shitty junk. He had a really cute wife, and then of course she left him. I think probably because he's a dirtbag, and now he's dating this woman. Dude, she looks like a prostitute. She looks so fucking hideous. Dude, you're like one of the richest men on the planet, like one of the top 5 richest dudes on the planet. And you end up dating this like the skankiest streetwalker. I would never bring a woman like this home to meet my mother. I would never introduce someone like this to my friends. This is someone who I'll be like, I'll text them like, yo, what are you doing? And then I'll show up at her house and then I'll leave like, 2 hours after. Fucking yikes, man. What's going on here? Megyn Kelly's right. Plastic surgery experts believe Sanchez, seen in 2003, has had a face. Whoa, dude. Okay, so Miss Sanchez, she actually looks fantastic without the fucking plastic surgery. Dude, she looks retarded. She looks unbelievably stupid. See, this I'd be okay with. But not this. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, at least she's not fat, so whatever. Good for Jeff Bezos. Let's see. Let me read some of these comments. He runs Blue Rocket Company. He handed CEO to another dude. His mother alive though? Oh, Rookie, I have no idea. I really don't know anything about Jeff Bezos, except he ran Amazon and I guess the Blue Rocket Company. All right, so what do we got here? Oh boy. Okay, so we got some cringe. Hopefully there's no music in the background. I don't remember.
There's nothing a man should fear more than a woman who's comfortable being alone. You are now competing with me. You're not competing with other guys. I am good being alone. I am fine. So you have to be better than me. You have to make it so that I want to be with you instead of being with me. How are you going to do that? There's nothing a man should fear more.
All right, so first off, this woman is incredibly obnoxious. She makes TikTok videos, so that's how you know she's annoying. And also, she's just patently wrong. No, most men are not in competition with women, unless like the woman is like bi or something, then maybe, but no. Yeah, I mean,
More than a woman who's comfortable being alone.
no, she looks like she goes out a lot. I mean, the house looks like it's unlived in, so she's definitely going out a lot. There's not a lot of food in the fridge, so I mean that just suggests to me that she spends a lot of time with other men. So this is a lie. This is a coat post. This is kind of like a post to like quasi challenge dudes to like do better. Let's read some of these comments here. Men simply don't understand that they aren't competing with other men for a woman's affections. They're competing with her solitude. If your son can't make a woman happier than she is on her own, why the fuck would she have him around? Yeah, I just think this is wrong. She definitely wants a man. She definitely wants a companion. She wouldn't be seeking validation from men and making these coat posts. I mean, all this video is a cry for attention. She wants the comment section flooded with men like, oh yeah, challenge accepted. Oh, you're a queen. Parents of 20-something men, this is what your son is encountering out there. So if he's not dating anyone, don't shame him for it. Thoughts on her perspective? Anthony Bradley writes, yeah, so a lot of parents are concerned that, you know, these young guys, I mean, they're dropping out of the dating market. There's a lot of dudes who don't want to compete in the dating market with other men, not women. Again, she's talking to men, so she wants the attention of men. Yeah, a lot of guys don't want to put up with her. There are a lot of narcissistic women like this. I mean, this woman is a narcissist. I don't like to use that word. I think that word is kind of cringe at this point, and it's overused and saturated, and it's kind of meaningless term. But this is narcissism on display.
There's nothing a man should fear more than a woman who's comfortable being alone.
You got to fear this woman. She's so comfortable being alone. She's filming her mundane daily activities and uploading them on the internet for millions of people to view. Yeah. She's totally comfortable being alone, you guys. Yeah, that checks out.
You are now competing with me. You're not competing with other guys. I am good being alone. I am fine. So you have to be better.
This post, which was lifted from the original source, 3.2 million views. I don't even know how much the original one has. Yeah, dude. Fortunately, not all women are like this.
You have to
but women like this do fucking suck. Like, she sucks so hard. Like, if I was dating someone, I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, what are you about? She's like, oh, yeah, I have an Instagram or TikTok. And I saw this video, I'd probably block her. I wouldn't even waste my time. Let's see. Plastic surgery has created Frankenstein's monster. Frederick Marx writes, she doesn't want a man. She needs a man. Men want a woman, but don't need a woman. True. Oh, God. What is this? Just posting L's account. Really, really funny. Where's my cursor at? Fuck. Where's my fucking cursor? Oh, here we go. Married and wanting to have an affair or relationship ongoing. No, my husband doesn't know, and I want to keep that extremely private. Open to feelings and emotions and creating a good connection and a good bond, hoping to do meetup or catch-ups 2 to 3 times a week. Only swipe right if you feel comfortable with this. 6 foot over, please. As I'm a taller woman, please no time wasters, not just after sex. So if that's all you are looking for, please don't match with me. Yes, that's me in the photos. Katie, 35 years old. Yeah, dude, she looks like she travels. Once again, dude, she's one of those like, I'm a travel girl. Ditch her. My girlfriend got fat shamed in the street and I did nothing. Hold on 1 second. All right. I did worse than nothing. We both pretended not to hear, and I had a mini freak out on the train home. We had a perfect date before then. I'm so in love with her, and right before we said bye, we got ambushed by some teenagers who called her a fat slag. She was trying to talk over the abuse, but I knew we both heard. She looked so flat. I knew if I had something, I'd get or if I said something, I'd get beat up. Yeah, because you're a Redditor. All you guys can't fight. But even then, she looked like her whole evening had been ruined and has been flat in text all night. I don't know whether to drop it or say, I don't know. I just feel a brick in my stomach about how I handled it, and I'm imagining she'd rather I didn't bring it up, but I don't know how to lift her from her mood. The post was deleted. This is from relationship advice. Yeah, dude, you're not going to lift her spirit because you're a weak, frail man. You had a lovely evening out with your fat slag of a girlfriend, and you allowed these fucking kids to bully her. And you just sat there and took it like a cuck. Of course she's going to be flat. You know, if I was that girl, you'd be like, you know what? I'm going to get a gym membership tomorrow morning. I'm going to go to the gym during lunch and then get something healthy on my way home. I'm going to lose the weight. And then I'm going to lose this useless Redditor boyfriend of mine. If your girlfriend expects you to put yourself in physical danger over her being insulted, it's time to find a new girlfriend. Yeah, dude, why don't you go to the gym with her and maybe gain some weight? All muscle. So kids don't fucking punk your dumb ass. Dude, I've never been disrespected by teenagers. And there's some teenagers out there who are obviously fucking bigger and stronger than me. And I've just never been in a position where people were fucking with me, man. Because I don't carry myself like a little bitch. But most Redditors are little bitches. So that's to be expected. Lawyer up and hit the gym. OP. Highest level of respect for dudes in the situations that stand up for their girl knowing that will get their ass kicked. I don't think you should get your ass kicked. But you could at least be like, oh, buzz off, mate. Or something. I don't know. Low-key feel bad for these guys. We got ambush. Couldn't see them coming, ? Ambush. She looked so fat. Jesus Christ, these comments are really rude. She probably fat, bro. You deserve better. All right, so now they're turning on the girlfriend. She looked so flat. You misspelled fat. I don't know, chat. What do you guys think? Redditor, barfing up, cat thingy. I don't know. All right, let me read some of these comments. Gio, need advice. How do I fear a woman if I don't even fear most men? You don't. You just humor her. Be like, oh God, you're so scary, girly. Whoa, watch out. We got a badass over here. She's fat and got a flat ass. Damn, he got robbed. I know, right? Give off crazy white guy vibes and people will leave you alone. Yeah, but you don't want to come off as like a crazy person because then, especially when you're not, I mean, that's not really good for your reputation. Might have to disagree with that. All right, so we got a few more of these posts. Oh, well, before we continue, where are we at with the AP? All right, here, let me refresh this. Dude, what the hell? We're still at 91%? What is going on? All right, well, let's continue. Fuck. All right, he told me he couldn't see his wife being tattooed, so I got more tattoos. All right, well, I know it's kind of cropped out, but I'm just gonna read it for you guys. I've been dating a guy for a while. Red flags all over the place, but my rose-colored goggles obscured those flags. I recently had after years of wanting one. Got my first tattoo. He expressed zero interest, even disgust. Over a week time frame after I got it, he really started treating me like absolute trash. I got sick of it and called him out, asked him what the hell was going on. He admitted he'd taken another girl on a date and that he was completely turned off on my tattoo and that he could not see himself being with someone long-term, having a wife, or the mother of his children be tatted. After months and months of ignoring red flags, the painful, shitty realization that he didn't actually love me for me played out in front of my face. I've been really struggling this week, but as a big ol' fuck you to him, I went and got a badass female astronaut tattooed on my bicep this morning. This was after he told me my beautiful long hair was my best trait. An hour after I chopped off my dead, annoying, mangled hair. I'm in this weird place where I'm depressed, anxious, and sad as hell, but I'm feeling empowered. Oh, fuck, dude. What a stupid woman. look, man, like, I don't really have a thing against tattoos, but I get we're at a point in time where a lot of men are seeing tattoos as a red flag, and maybe there's a lot to that. And they're just so common. They're not special anymore. I guess some people are going to see them as trashy, I guess. Again, me personally, like, I'm not super against it, but if I was with a girl and maybe she had like one little small one or, something that was like, not all fucking stupid, I'd just be like, yeah, I'd probably prefer you not get more. And if she were to get more out of spite, I'd just be like, yeah, I'm fucking done. Yeah, I'm gonna go out with a different girl or whatever. And it's like, look, dude, the tattoos probably look like shit. They're probably stupid. Again, she got a badass female astronaut tattooed on her bicep. Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea. That sounds stupid. That shows lack of self-control. That shows lack of good taste. This is after he told me my beautiful long hair was my best trait. Yeah, dude, long hair is great. Long haired people are the best. And after I chopped off my dead, annoying, mangled hair. It probably wasn't mangled. It probably looked fine. Now you probably look like a fucking, you look like Kyle Kalinske. You look like a fucking gym teacher. I'm in this weird place where I'm depressed, anxious, and sad as hell, but I'm feeling empowered. Yeah, it's like, yeah, dude, like I lost my loving boyfriend who cared about me. I look fucking hideous. My hair's gone, but I'm empowered. Feminism, am I right? Dude, oh my God. So many stupid fucking women. I need more stuff to roast guys. I'm tired of roasting women. Let's see. Walk in trench coated up. Winky face. Disavow. Let's see. I cut my face open and scarred it and found out my BF didn't like me doing that. I know, right? Goodness. All right, we're almost done here. Brick Lady oh yeah, dude. We got a hoax hit, you guys. Yeah. So the Brick Lady charged in Houston for alleged false claims. All right, so this is the interesting thing about this case. When this story first dropped, I think last year, the prevailing narrative was Magic American lady viciously attacked, and like there wasn't really like a racial angle to it, but I knew this was a hoax. There was a GoFundMe, and instead of like blaming Whitey, because I don't think you can really do that in this scenario, what you can do is still make it about race. So what they were saying was, all right, so what they said was this. It's like, yo, society needs to protect magical American women. Society needs to step up and protect these women. No, not my responsibility. Don't care. If she got a butterfly tattoo, run as fast as possible. Sam Dog, you are absolutely correct. Those butterfly tattoos are a massive red flag. Let's get into this. A woman is facing felony theft by deception charges after collecting over $40,000 through a GoFundMe account over an alleged false claim. Rhoda Osman, 33, is accused of falsely claiming she was hit with a brick after not giving a man her number in Southwest Houston on September 3rd. The incident went viral after she took to her Instagram Live to share what happened. All right, so again, not really a racial angle. Rhoda Osman is a Magic American woman who is of the Islamic faith, and she is an activist. She's a BLM activist. She's a far leftist activist, anti-Trump, the whole 9 yards, open borders. Houston police responded to reports of an aggravated assault at 5115 Schumacher Lane. Police say Osman was visibly under the influence and irate after a night out with a friend. In the original report, Osman said she was walking and an unknown man hit her with a brick. This was after she refused to give him her number. When he asked for it, she also told police that she ordered an Uber and thought the driver was trying to kidnap her when she got into the car with him. All right, so this is a stupid woman.
Well, half hour The Factor Uncensored, a lot of hot topics to get to tonight. We begin with a rejection that took a dangerous turn. A Houston woman is recovering after she says a man hit her in the head, in the face, with a brick. Robache says he attacked her after she refused to give him her cell phone number, all while a crowd of men.
Man, I know like beauty skin deep. Let's get is there a better photo of this fucking bitch? Here, let's just look at this woman really quick. Again, I'm not one to judge someone off of their appearance, but she's 33 years old. She looks like she's like 51. Fucking ugly. You know what she did with that money? Dude, this picture looks nothing like her. The PhD student activist accused of lying about assault to rack up the GoFundMe. Jesus Christ. Yeah, dude, she's a content creator. Here, check this shit out.
I'm in Jamaica.
Oh my god. So she looks like she's 33, but she looks like she's fucking about to, like she's menopause and shit. And of course she's kind of fat. Again, I'm not one for like shaming women and stuff, but like, dude, this is a fraudster.
It's a big deal because this is what I'm talking about when I say I'm taking my life back brick by brick, pun intended. Because 4 months ago when this incident happened, I was afraid to check my mailbox. I didn't think that I could ever go out by myself. And as a woman that has been on her own since she was 16 and has traveled over 20 countries.
Oh, I can't play this fucking video. There's a shitty song playing in the background. She's not obligated to remember the details. Yeah, you are if you're going to post them online for $40,000. Now GoFundMe has to refund the money. They should sue her for the $40,000 plus fees to do so. Yeah, dude, she's facing felony charges because she lied. She 100% lied. Fucking bitch is nasty. Dude, I'm just mad that there's so many like Urkels that just like simp for women like this. Like the kind of guy that was about to that bagged Hunter Avalon's chick. Like he looks like the kind of guy that would thirst over this fucking less than mid pussy. Disgusting. Yeah, she's being held accountable at the very least. This account became viral on social media as Osmond posted live on Instagram, garnering thousands of views. It's actually millions at this point. The situation was further complicated by Osmond's GoFundMe account, which collected $42,000 by falsely claiming she had been assaulted for refusing to share her phone number. Yeah, so you got a little bit of the race angle in there. You got the hashtag #MeToo angle and protect women angle and believe women angle. The investigation also uncovered a concerning pattern. A mental health advocate cited a similar incident involving Osmond in Minneapolis in 2020. In this incident, she allegedly fabricated a story about being assaulted by a Magic American man. This led to another GoFundMe account. An arrest warrant has been issued for Osmond based on the evidence gathered. Dude, they just can't help themselves but fucking lie, man. They honestly just can't help themselves. I mean, again, we're seeing a pattern in all these hoaxes. Claim to be a victim, claim to be abused, claim to be marginalized, claim to have cred in the activist circles, open up a GoFundMe and cash in on morons eating up the story. Dude, the story in ISOM is more believable than this shit. All right, let's see. She should have said the J's through the brick. Oh, disavow. Friedrich Marx. You're gonna get me banned, goddammit. Magic Americans make good preachers. Most are terrible with the faith. I don't know about that, MTMG. I don't know about that. I don't know if I feel comfortable saying something like that. All right. We got a couple cringe posts though. And then we're out of here. Because we're exactly at that 3-hour mark. Oh god. Look, I saw this in cringe, so now you guys have to too. I have to live with it. Now you open your eyes. Don't look away.
Let's rock and roll. Wolf fight, man. Let's have a wolf fight. Nah. So. Yeah.
Dude, literally me in VR chat.
Wolf Ranger, SPD, emergency. to Amanda Kluger. He's a dog, so.
Sam Dog, why did you mute it? You missed the hilariousness. All right, we got one more cringe post. Fuck. Oh shit. I don't even remember what this was. All right. It's a minute long. Oh, that's way too fucking long. Let me speed this up.
That I don't think should be controversial in the year 2024, coming from a public school teacher and who works with human beings all day, every day. Climate change exists. I understand how that is controversial. I don't understand why that is hard for people to grasp. The ramifications across the globe are going to be different depending on the area that you go to and like year to year, but like it exists and like it's not looking too good right now. All my kids could tell you that. They've all done research on it. Do your own research and figure it out. Freedom of religion should be freedom of religion. You may practice whatever religion you want to practice. That is the point of freedom of having religion. There's so many different religions in this world. So why you think yours is the only correct one, I couldn't understand. But sure, practice whatever you want to practice. But freedom of religion does not excuse you from being a bad person. You cannot use your religion as an excuse to harm other people. White privilege exists. If you don't understand the role that white supremacy has played in our history, what history are you looking at? Reminder, privilege does not...
Oh man, dude, when I'm on Tinder and I see like I'm a public school teacher, I'm just like, yeah. No, dude, you know, maybe I should just message him anyways and just be like, yo, why don't you take me out and do something nice for me? Because I'm a good catch. And just see where, just fuck with him. Like, yo, I'm going to take you to Applebee's. I'm going to take you somewhere real nice. And just like, dude, that should be the new rule. Dudes going on Tinder dates, if you link up with the teacher, you got to fucking troll her. You gotta be funny. Do something hilarious.
Equate to hardship. You can have privilege and still have experienced hardship. I don't understand what is hard about that concept. Racism still exists. I see it every single day in the hallways of our school. I see it online every single day. So for people to be like, oh, it's a thing of the past, what reality are you living in? Sounds nice, but it's not our reality. Although English is the primary language that we speak in this country, it is not the only language. And we should be celebrating the fact that people are multilingual.
I don't have to fucking celebrate shit. Fuck you. I can't stand this mentality where it's like, we should be celebrating diversity, multilingualism. I don't have to fucking do anything. I'm not going to celebrate anything. I'm going to celebrate the 4th of July and Christmas and Halloween. That's it. Fuck you. I fucking hate this mentality. Dude, women like this are fucking annoying. It's like, oh my God, racial harmony. It's like, look, you say that shit in my hood, you're going to get shot.
So many of us could benefit from being multilingual. Along the same lines of language, when we think about who is native to this country and our thoughts on immigration. Jimmy Joe from Southern Connecticut, I'm sorry, but you are not native to this country.
Yes, Jimmy Joe is native to this country. He is literally indigenous because Jimmy Joe was born here. And his ancestors weren't immigrants. They were settlers. They carved this nation out of nothing. Fuck you. If you got to stick up your ass about that, I mean, you can go fucking live anywhere else on the planet. Go live there if you got a problem with the way that things are. I mean, even if she was correct and like they immigrated here or whatever, it's like, so fucking what? They made the country better.
So you cannot tell
Quit
other
your
people
bitching.
to go home to the country that they come from because they could say the same thing to you. Banning
No, they can't.
books doesn't ban truth. It hides it, and I feel like that is backwards. Even if
Yeah, name one book that was banned. You guys know the names where it's just like, oh yeah, little Jimmy got his first boner in the gym locker room, and now he's exploring himself with like his best friend Mikey or some shit. Yeah, parents don't want their kids to look at pornography. They don't want their kids to learn how to engage in sexual activities when they're not even teenagers. I mean, what books are they banning?
it's not banning truth, it's just banning stories, and I feel like we as humans should have rights to read whatever we want to read.
Yeah, no one's disputing that fact. Read whatever you want. But taxpayers, parents, don't want you to show pornography to kids. They don't want you to push a far leftist liberal agenda or a woke agenda.
Especially something that's age appropriate. Education is a necessity of life, and the fact that we are underfunding and defunding so many programs across our country to provide quality education is beyond me.
Yeah, and you guys have failed. First off, the public education system is overly funded, way too much, and the results have been disastrous. You're a public school teacher. You have failed at your job. Your students are not prepared for the real world. Again, I work with, apprentices, interns, whatever, young people, 18, 19, 20 years old, and they cannot read or write or speak at their age level because the public education system failed them. Cringe. All right, where are we at? God damn it. Dude, the New Hampshire primary has not... Oh my God, it was at 91%. Now it's at 90. We're going backwards. What the hell? All right, guys, is shenanigan afoot in New Hampshire? I don't know. All right, let me take a look at the bookmarks. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Bad hombre. This is going to age like fucking milk. Nikki Haley posts, current NH vote. Haley 6, Trump 0. Yes, that did age like milk. David Gillio. I think all porn should be banned. My way solves it all. Frederick Marx, I agree. Yeah, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Like, I don't fucking care. I don't care anymore. Ban all the stupid shit. Ban the weed. Ban the porn. Ban the goy slop. Ban Netflix. Ban Disney. It's better that way. Massive warning signs are flashing for the GOP in 2024 and beyond. Trump is outrunning Republicans across the nation right now, in some places by 10 to 12 point margins. Americans are telling the GOP that Trumpism, populism, is the only form of republicanism capable of building a winning coalition. And instead of adapting to their voters, GOP leaders continue to ignore reality. Eventually, there won't be enough time for the GOP to steer itself clear of the iceberg. Political parties either adapt or die. Trump has kept the GOP breathing on life support, but unless those leading the party swallow their pride and embrace his movement, disaster is coming. Yes, we may very well see the end of the Republican Party a lot sooner than later. Here's a funny one. This is great. Jokes to offend men. This is a real book. And this is a little portion of this book. After the couple had a big fight, the man got in his car and drove away. Hours later, he returned and interpreted his wife's book club to announce. He interrupted his wife's book club to announce, "You complete me." With tears in her eyes, the woman said, "And you completely misunderstood me when I said I wanted a sincere apology instead of an empty platitude in front of all my friends. Please go. I don't find this romantic." And this is really bringing pulling women back. It's really unfunny. The $1 million question. Only jokes that offend me is a joke of a woman being funny. Yeah, and there's no such thing. All right, here we go. This is actually a really sad. This could have gone into the crime segment. I fucked that up, but this should have gone to the crime segment.
The car ride back. Oh my gosh.
All right, so we got. Here's a story. This adorable little girl, a little white ethnic European girl, was viciously attacked by a magic American. All right, so that's the setup. I'm not gonna spoil it. We're gonna just watch this video. Let me go ahead and speed this up just a little bit. Not too much though.
It was terrible. I was so dizzy. I was actually really tired, too.
10-year-old Sophia Simpson, still not herself ever since a fun trip to Somerset Mall last Friday with friends and one of their dads. It took a turn at the food court near Mrs. Fields' Cookies.
So I checked my phone, and then just that woman came up and hit my head against the glass. I started crying, and then she turns around, she starts laughing at me, and then she puts on her mask and runs away.
Police would later identify.
All right, so the perpetrator of this crime, fucking ugly, another ugly bitch, like the fucking brick lady. I mean, she's in her 20s. The violent perpetrator, the violent ghetto woman, she's in her 20s. But again, she looks like a fucking haggard old lady. She looks like she's in her late 40s, mid 40s, but she's in her 20s. Dude, ghetto women, eternally seething. Dude, like, if I was a father, I'd be like, look, this is the world that we live in now. Ain't no country for white man or white people. Like, dude, just unprovoked bullshit. All right,
the woman is 25-year-old Rhianna.
25 years old, dude. She looks like she's almost 50. What is going on here? Disgusting.
Anna Valentine.
Like, she took her hand on the back of my neck and slammed it into the glass.
Valentine now charged with a misdemeanor and on tether for the attack.
Like, why? I don't know why. I mean, I didn't do anything to her.
It's the $1 million question.
For a grown woman to hit a child is just
doesn't make sense to me. I can't understand why she would do that.
Even mall security and Troy police only have theories. One thing is for sure, surveillance video shows Sophia did nothing wrong.
They reviewed the footage from when the woman first walked in the mall all the way to where the incident occurred, and they said there was nothing. There's no explanation for why she did this.
Her parents, Nick and Brittany Simpson, were out of the country when this happened. Imagine that call.
Just shocked. I mean, I had to sit down and try to collect my nerves, and a little angry, and everything was just all at once.
Little Sophia, all 40 pounds of her, wiped away tears and was able to give security a description of Valentine, who came back to the mall a day later. That's when police moved in, making the arrest.
Now it can't happen to anybody else.
We talked to Troy police about this, Captain Josh Jones. He says the only theory that he can come up with is that maybe Brianna Valentine was trying to show off for the people that she was with, maybe a joke or something like that. But we're talking about a 25-year-old woman here. What is no joke is that she is now on tether for a misdemeanor charge.
Dude, I like how everybody was like, oh, well, maybe she said the N-word or something. You know, maybe the little dude. She's a fucking child. And they're trying so hard to explain away the violent ghetto actions of this ghetto woman attacking this little kid. I don't give a fuck what that girl said, what joke she said, what she was dancing, doing TikTok. I don't give a fuck. Stay the fuck away from the kids. But ghetto women, eternally seething, just Scott Adams, just get the fuck away from these people, man. Seriously. What's going on here? What's going on? Let's see. Well, when I would be done with her, she would look like she's in her 50s, 80s. Jesus, disavow. The mom voted for this. Oh, let's be fair to the family. Let's be fair to the family. We don't know. Yep, it's why women need to be removed from the home and denied voting. Oh God. Disavow. All people should reserve the right to vote. Yes, I wanted to bring this up earlier. I should have brought this up in the political segment, but I mean, there was just so much going on. All right. So some Florida Republicans, I'm not going to bother reading the story. It's pretty much nothing. Some Florida Republicans want taxpayers to pay Trump's legal bills. Ron DeSantis responds, but not the Florida Republican who wields the veto pen. Cernovich, he writes, DeSantis didn't know how to post on X during his presidential run, but now he has a lot to say. Further proof his campaign was never designed to win. Entirely designed to create acrimony and drive voters from Trump. Remember what I said yesterday? I said Governor DeSantis dropping out before New Hampshire voted was a fuck you to President Trump. And some people were like, I don't know about that. We'll explain. And I did as coherently as I could. And I feel like I was right. Ron DeSantis was a candidate meant to harm President Trump and disregard the voters or disregard the people who were supporting him. Ron DeSantis is kind of like the fat griftosphere nerds. Like, he just doesn't believe anything that came out of his mouth because he was the face of election integrity, or like he did believe in it. He did kind of sort of, support the J6 detainees that are being tortured by the regime. But then of course he reneged on all that. And now he's behaving like this. Told you. I like to say that the watchfrogs are not communists and my extreme views are my own. Hippity hoppity, women are... Oh, dude, I can't say that, man. Fuck DeSantis, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah. This would have been something really great to bring up during the Consume Confessions. There's actually so much longevity in the Ted franchise. Give us Ted 3 with Ted being an uncle to John's kids. Give us Ted 4 where maybe he becomes a dad. Give us Ted Season 2 that covers the rest of high school, and Season 3 covers the boys going to college. Give us all the Ted. Matt Ramos writes. And I love this post by Ross W. Berman. I don't know who this is. There's a certain junkie mentality to these comic book influencers. Anytime something is good, they demand an entire universe of content that they can binge, like a willing goose being overfed to make foie gras. It's immensely sad. This is something that I've highlighted with these universes, with these franchises, with cape shit, etc., etc. It's like, dude, these stories don't fucking end. A good story has a beginning, middle, and an end. I want Ted 3, Ted in high school, Ted in college, Ted getting married, Ted getting a divorce, Ted killing himself. Like, fucking A, dude, just let it go, man. Matt Ramos, dude, he looks like an adult. Why are you... He does unironic soy faces. He's an unironic soy jack. I don't know what the fuck Teddy... Isn't this a... Oh yeah, isn't it like a new show based off the Seth MacFarlane teddy bear thingy? Really? Dom Lucre, he's going full anti-Semite. The way you pronounce foie gras. Fuck you, Ricky. Oh man. Fuck, do I even feel like going over the Dom Lucre shit? No, not really. Giant grifter, part of the grifter sphere. Jamie from the Quartering. He simps for this guy. I don't know who the fuck he is. But yeah, he had a Fuck Trump 2016 shirt for sale on his Instagram. Yeah, and now he's going like full anti-Semite because Elon Musk took his monetization away. Oh god, what is this? Oh yeah, we were whenever Air July is on any stream, we just post a lot of chickens and we emulate little chicken noises like this.
Come on. Come on.
God, we're so mature. Melanie Mac realized she could amass more clouds in it. I think I already went over this. Yeah, I went through a lot of this shit already. Actually, no, I'm saving some of these bookmarks for a standalone video that I do plan to make. All right, guys. Well, that's basically it. I guess we can just check the AP one more time. Let me hit that refresh button. All right, we're still at 90%. I don't know what the hell's going on. I guess I'll just have to go to bed and wake up all of a sudden and, you know, everything is reversed and upside down. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. God damn, dude, we're 3 hours and 20 minutes long. All right, everybody who came and hung out, thank you. For those who donated generously and supported the channel, I sincerely appreciate it. Much love. Right behind me is Vito's puppet. I got to start getting to work on that. I actually got a brand new Juki TL2000 QI sewing machine. Absolutely gorgeous. Very beautiful. And it's much better than my Kenmore. My Kenmore is still a workhorse, but I need something in this room because I don't like to always go in the garage and shit. When you wake, it will be 57% of the vote. Friedrich Marx, don't scare me. I think it's going to be fine. I don't know what's going on. But generally, I was right. But he's going to get about 55%. I would have liked to have seen him get 60, but 55 is where I had him at. He has a very comfortable lead, in front of Nikki Haley. And yeah, that's basically it. So everybody who came and joined, much love. Wish me luck tomorrow. I am out. Peace.